we're back. All right, you guys. So here we go. A new adventure with the STDs. It's been a hot second. And I'm so glad everybody's back. Jorenn hopefully will be getting in here at some point along the way. His schedule was a little iffy, but we do have the rest of the group. You do not have video on me, unfortunately, because my internet sucks. So let's go ahead.
You have one dwarf.
I know. We have one dwarf. We have one of the dwarf bros. The other dwarf bro is with us. He'll just be kind of going along for the ride until we can get him in here hopefully soon. And let's go ahead and recap real quick. You guys are in Jorenn Village, and there's a lot going on. The last session, you have found out a lot of pieces of things that are happening, but have largely concluded that something is amiss and a bit foul in the streets of Jorenn, particularly at night. You were stopped by a night patrol, managed to talk your way out of it, which was good, and get over to the Green Man pub. But you're going around fact-fighting, and now as you are waking up on your second day in Jorenn, and you are in the common room of the Green Man pub, and you just helped Millie's daughter pick up the tray that she dropped. Hazel assisted there. You're around the table and trying to figure out where you'll go next. And the path is yours, so go ahead and get started, you guys.
I just noticed what it says at the bottom of the map.
Let me actually go ahead and switch you guys now that we have the square kind of squared away here. That was terrible. Switch you guys over to the green. That was really bad, y'all. Sorry about that. It was really bad.
No, that was great. I'm into it.
All right, so in the Green Man pub, you're eating, getting breakfast in your systems, and trying to determine where you're going to go next.
Nom 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 nom.
Nom, nom, nom.
So yeah, I did watch last game episode, but kind of not sure about what our plans are.
I think we have a lot of people to talk to, if I remember correctly.
We have a lot of people.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk to the day commander.
The day commander.
Yeah.
We need to talk to the other bartender and the twin.
Yeah.
Right, the twins. One is in the watch, and the other is in Lingen's bar.
Yeah,
And
the
the burn scars.
And then it was the dwarf that we met on the way back from Tomorrow Falls that we discussed. Like, we didn't want them to find us first. We wanted to meet them.
Right.
She knows some of us, but she doesn't know what Volca looks like.
No.
And I can
change
my appearance if needed.
Appearance, so that would be good. And there's also like the crazy woman with the crystal sitting in a basement somewhere, but that was like we wanted to go there after we have more information on her.
Yeah.
Well, and wasn't it the two, what they're called, Sack Knight, and the other one want to kill Captain Daywatch?
Yeah, so like we kind of wanted to use that information when we talked to him.
Yes.
Yeah. How
To
exactly?
look at the board.
Did it say about the Daywatch dude? Didn't it kind of say that he's like also not happy with the way things are going, or that he's kind of like not into it as much as he should?
I think he's like either not happy or not into it, and that's why the night people don't like his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something about that.
He's not on board with whatever it is that they're doing, so they've decided to mess him up.
So if we go talk to him, what do we like kind of want to say to him?
We know that they want to kill you. No. I mean, Elijah saw them, right? She saw them and heard them. They would they threatened him by name, like for not being not evil enough, but for not being like
You're not evil enough. You're not part of the cool kids.
How do we make him believe her?
Well, we can bring up all the crazy thing they've been doing.
Yeah, but they can still like say.
Yeah.
He probably knows what they've been doing. Like.
Well, probably not all of it.
No,
Yeah,
but
we
like
could-
then we could sound like crazy conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
I mean, we could tell him about the burned village in case he does not know about that. But
Yeah.
I mean, he probably knows that they're doing bad things, and we might like make him more suspicious of his people. What exactly do we want from him? Like just information, or
Information and
I
allies?
guess. Yeah, because if we're gonna do something, we would ideally like to not be fighting every single Shade Watch in the entire town. I think he's got to be first.
Yeah.
yeah?
As
But I
you-
still think. I just want to say, I think like not all of us should walk into the headquarters of the Shade Watch, like maybe Volker and Elijah disguised, because it might be bad if we're recognized.
I could actually figure out where she is, the dwarf,
Oh yeah.
because I learned a spell recently
That would probably
called
help.
Locate Creature.
Ooh,
So we could figure out where she is.
nice.
And then we
just
could
avoid
go-
her.
Just try and avoid her. It only lasts for an hour. I couldn't do that and alter self though, so we have to choose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But if we're avoiding it, you don't have to change your face,
Yeah.
Good point.
1 hour could be enough. Should be enough.
and we can all go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we need at least someone who can talk, and I don't think I should be the one.
No, I think it's me or Volkar. I say which
Yeah,
one of us
Volker,
is-
you too.
Are you gonna do the good cop, bad cop routine again? on
Yeah.
him?
You mean the bad cup, worse cup?
Yeah, kind of.
Prison cop, capital punishment cop is not.
Oh my goodness. As you guys are talking and Millie's bringing around food and coffee or whatever it is that you're drinking, you guys do see a dwarf, kind of a reddish blonde beard and long hair that's pulled back into a tight braid, and he runs over to Ronald, who is Millie's husband, whom you've had some contact with. He was the one who said the rooms would be half price the previous night. And he runs over to Ronald. They have a very quick whispered conversation, and the dwarf runs back out of the Green Man pub, and Ronald kind of puts his elbows on the bar and his hands under his chin, and he, Millie, come here for a second. And she says, oh, so sorry, and bustles off, and they have a conversation.
I tried to listen in on the conversation.
Perception check.
Oh, nice. 19.
19. You do hear
Or
a couple
20
of...
even.
What is it?
20.
20 total. Okay. You do hear snippets of the conversation. Ronald has a big booming voice. It's kind of hard for him to get that down to a whisper. And you do hear him start to say, Bull's son just said they got Harold. They locked him up. He's in the dungeon.
Who got Harold?
And you do hear Millie say, "Oh, that's not good. I wonder if they." And he goes, "No, don't even say it." And they break apart, and she starts bussing a table that's nearby that was just left empty by a couple of villagers.
Okay, I'll tell it to the group. Could it, like, there was a name mentioned that someone got thrown into prison or something?
Harold, the dwarf you spoke with the night before.
Harold,
Yeah.
the dwarf.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy we talked
Yep.
to literally last night, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I just did not understand the name, like, from the
Sorry
hearing,
about
so
that.
I was like, what? Okay, so like, guys, the dude Harold is in trouble. He apparently got thrown into prison or something. You think he got into trouble because he talked to us?
I mean,
It might be,
Remind me,
but,
what did he talk to us about?
He said he was, like, about the bad things the Shade Watch did, I think.
yeah, he's a seditionist. They
Oh,
tend
okay.
not to take
Yeah.
that very kindly.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not good at all.
No.
Yeah.
Look around. I don't.
Because
I don't feel right leaving him. I mean, all he did was talk to us, right? That shouldn't be a.
yeah.
Yeah. But if we go and bust him out, it's gonna be even worse.
I mean, I was more thinking that you might talk him out rather than.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, but I just.
Did we tell him about us? Like, did we tell him, like, we want to take down the Shade Watch or something?
No, but we were probably asking questions we shouldn't have asked.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
were in the public square in the market. Just kind of,
right.
flying
just
the flag a little bit.
I just wanted to chat about fruit.
Yep.
We tried to
him.
cover it up,
Yeah.
but it didn't work, clearly.
Yeah.
I think I'll try and flag down Millie.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
under the auspices of being like, can we get another drink?
Oh yeah, you do. She kind of put a hand up, and she sees you, and oh yeah, hold on just a second. You do see her brow now furrowed. Looks like a little bit more. She's not as carefree as she was just a moment ago, and bustles over with a tray and starts picking up your empty cups. So do you need more food, drink? What do you what can I get you?
Like, looks around. We heard about Harold.
No.
He was a friend of ours. We shared a drink. That's all.
Nope. You need to, and she kind of whaps you over the head with her towel.
Jesus.
Don't.
Hey!
Don't. Not here. Not in my place of business.
You would just. She hit me
Later?
with a towel.
And she kind of smacks you again with it.
Okay.
Not now. You wait. You wait until it clears out in here. And then we will talk.
Okay.
And for
Okay,
good
we
measure,
will.
kind of smacks your armor again and then walks away in a huff.
All right, Norexus, calm down.
You feel a little bit like you just got scolded. Very motherly kind of thing she just did to you. She runs off, and she
just to make this whole scene go a bit easier for the rest of the crowd, I go like, "Stop messing with the waitress, would you?"
Oh,
What? No.
Really, Norexus? You should be ashamed of yourself.
So immediately hands it like,
It's
no.
not the time or the place.
there are a couple of villagers at a table near you guys. It's not directly next to you, but it's a few over, and they look and they start going, She just hit the big green guy with her
No,
towel.
it means something else where I'm from. No.
They start kind of snickering, and they're cleaning up and getting ready to leave too. It is slowly emptying out. You're broaching into late morning at this point.
Yeah.
Millie and her husband Ronald are not on the floor anymore. They went through a back door. You kind of have a feeling it's probably where the kitchen or the larder or something is. But Gwen, their daughter, is picking up a table that was just emptied out as well, and she's picking up mugs and cups, trying to get that cleared off, and shoots a look at you guys and then goes, okay, and then runs back into the kitchen, and you guys are largely alone. There's a couple of people waking up and staggering out, but you seem to be about the only ones in here now.
Hey.
Well then.
Oh, that's good. I guess we just wait.
Do we wait for here or do we go into the back door?
Oh yeah, they might want us to follow them.
I don't.
Or is that rude?
As you guys are talking, after a few minutes, Millie comes back out and looks around. There's one last guy who's like, "Bye, Millie. Thanks for letting me sleep here," and wanders out. She goes over and picks up the gold piece he laid on the table and huffs and comes over directly and sits in front of you, Neuraxis, pulls the chair out, sits down, throws her towel down, and says, I understand that you are largely strangers in this village.
Yep.
But you cannot speak freely. You need to figure that out very quickly.
No, I don't know about that.
Well, Harold just got thrown into prison probably because talking to us, so...
That's exactly what he did.
She probably has a point there.
Yeah.
He was arrested for sedition. That's exactly what happens.
He didn't do anything.
Doesn't matter whether
right
you
at
don't
all.
think he did anything. They think he did something, which is speak out against. Just speak out. And now he's in prison for it.
Well, this isn't right at all.
No, it's not.
Are they going to do something to him or something? Or just keep him locked up? Or maybe worse?
They might let him out. I don't know. There's no... It's not like we have a court system here. The Shade Watch are the law and enforcement and judge, jury, and sometimes executioner if needed.
Ugh. That's not good.
So it depends on who hurt him, who blabbed, and who threw him down there.
So, to be clear, breaking him out would be the wrong plan.
Yes.
Do you want to die? It's
Not
guarded.
particularly.
He just looks at Volko like, why is he laughing? That's not funny. Like,
So funny.
no, I don't. I most certainly do not. No.
I there's nothing I can do. Harold is a friend. You have to understand that. But there is nothing I can do. I do anything, it puts my family, my daughter, in danger.
I wasn't suggesting you. I mean, and he like just points at the table. You know, we're armed and dangerous, I guess.
Yeah, I think we need to take some precautions before we do anything, though.
Yeah, we still didn't storm a prison that could go over pretty badly and people could get hurt. Could I ask her, could you tell us anything about the commander of the Day Watch? Like what kind of person he is or so? Have you seen him, met him?
He occasionally comes in here, not so much anymore. Months ago, he would come in here and eat and drink just like anybody else, but he never seemed rude or violent. It was always polite. I try not to associate with anybody connected with the Shade Watch as much as possible. If they think this is just a tavern and I keep giving them that impression, then they won't bother us. His name's Corfil. He's a half-elf.
The Hands want to kill him.
Wait, what?
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 I mean, they do.
Maybe not say that out loud.
Yeah, you know, the Rexes, we kind of just learned, you know, the less people know, the safer they are. We maybe should not, tell everyone everything we know.
She starts looking around kind of panicked and pushes her chair out from the table and says, you didn't say that and I don't know that and you're gonna bring all manner of hell down on our heads.
Don't worry, we can leave, you just tell us you don't know anything about us. It's fine. We'll stay away from you and your family. Don't worry about it.
Plausible deniability, huh? Just,
yes.
if you're going to do something, anything.
Now, we didn't say that. This was all...
That's all well and good,
hypothetical.
but you're also armed and armored and walking around this town, and it's pretty evident you're not traitors.
Yeah.
All right, fine. And he just snaps his fingers and the axe disappears.
So,
Is that better? Is
Right.
this better?
It's a good
You're
trick,
still armored.
but you don't look like you're part of a caravan. You don't look like anybody else who's passed through this town, and they're gonna find you, and they're gonna.
I mean, can't we just say we're like travelers passing through on our way to another city or something? Is that a problem?
That might have worked, but the longer you stay in town,
Yeah. Passing through stuff is being believable after a day or two.
Yeah.
if you
That's
want to
true.
pass yourselves off as travelers, you need to go inquire about jobs. Act like you need money.
We kind of do.
Yeah, I have like $3.
Oh,
so-
don't.
I mean,
I have 6 gold. 16 gold. So I need.
I have 3.
Yeah.
That's the best cover you could possibly have, unless you're actually going to join the Shade Watch.
That's
Acting
actually
like
pretty
you're-
good cover, too.
Like your,
Yeah.
your group of mercenaries. Well,
They do hire a bunch of mercenaries. We've met some.
yeah, that's
they
your
weren't
best
very
bet.
good.
That would be actually a great into them if like someone of us was like, we want to join, we're good fighters.
Well, in that case, Volker would probably be the best option because you can talk your way out of things and
Well, more like
They
into
haven't-
things, but sure.
into things. But also, like, you haven't. If you meet the dwarf that we met, she wouldn't recognize you. She would recognize us, and I can't hold
True.
this disguise for more than an hour.
That is true.
Ironically, I'm also the one who needs the least to join anything since I'm a bard, but yeah, sure.
Also true. That's only an option. We're not saying we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't be here for this bit of the conversation.
I
Thinking
am
that's
thinking that exactly right now, and she kind of
Yep.
shoves the chair back and almost falls backwards with the
Bye.
force of it. And she's just,
Bye!
I don't know anything. I only rented a room to you. You
Right.
left as far as I know, and that's it. That's all I know. And she bustles back through
Right.
that door again.
we passed through before, we're just passing through again. It's not weird at all.
Nope.
Food was so good here, so we came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and any question we're asking is just because we've been here before and things have changed and we're trying to figure out what's changed and how. Doesn't mean we want to change anything again.
Maybe we think this is a change for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, look at
I mean-
how lovely these streets look now.
Yeah, it sure looks better.
Ooh.
Sure, that is that. Yep.
It does.
Actually.
Should also make like a note that in the future we like should retire to a more private space if we like have conversations about taking down the local government or something.
Right.
Maybe also let me cast a detect magic spell to see if anyone is listening.
Kind
I
of
can
sad.
also be wise to do in the future.
Well, we're still pretty new to this.
Amazing. Oh my
Pretty
goodness.
new to taking down governments.
Do we have like a room still here? Like, could we go there and
You
like
have-
be like,
You have 2 rooms.
let's do that? Okay.
Yeah, we're going for
Okay.
a couple of days, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we could go up there and like
Yeah.
talk what we're gonna do now. Actually,
I mean, I guess we go see Corfu,
The who?
the
The
Daywatch
Daywatch
commander?
commander.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're here to look at jobs. P.S. Someone wants to string you up by your gizzard.
Let me cast a detect magic spell before you say that, okay?
Volcar it up a bit, but that's the gist.
What are you guys doing?
I mean, I think that's the plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that-
so.
that's-
Unless
go-
someone,
let's go meet,
unless someone stops him, that's the like, okay, time to go.
Let's
Should we
go
all
meet
go?
Mr. Daywatch.
Yeah, let's all go.
Okay.
You guys.
If something goes wrong, it's better that we're all there and
Yeah.
No, fair point.
Okay.
But Eliza, shouldn't you do the thing where you can see where the dwarf is? Who knows what we look like?
Oh,
That too.
yes. I can't cast Detect Magic then afterwards, but
Do the thing.
I think it's more important that we don't meet her.
Yeah, that could be bad.
True.
Yeah. I'll cast Locate Creature and try and locate the dwarf.
Okay.
Because I think that will work.
Should. Yeah, the creature is known
Yeah.
to you within 1,000 feet. Okay, I'm looking at the spell specifics too. So just to creature described her names in different form, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I mean, she is very much known to you since she tried to kill you. So
Yeah.
A little bit.
And you know her first name. Her name is Argo.
Argo.
Yep, you remember she's a kind of a pretty stocky built redheaded woman.
Yeah.
I say stocky for a dwarf, so. And,
Stocky for a dwarf?
Yeah.
That's pretty stocky.
She was a warrior, so she was pretty, yeah.
That sounds just like Volkar's type.
Maybe you should try seducing her next time.
Oh, Lord.
You know, that's exactly what I was
Here
thinking.
we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure her battle axe
I mean, if
is
she's
nowhere
there,
near her.
I can go seduce her and take her away from there so you can go in.
Oh, my God.
If she's there, yeah.
Holy shit, we're officially in a Dragon Age or in another RPG. Like, holy shit. Okay, so that's amazing. Looking at the spell, so you focus. This is a concentration spell.
Yeah.
So you guys watch Elijah start to cast, and Elijah, she's just on the edge of the spell's range.
Oh.
In a building far to the northwest in the village. Near the Sapphire Tankard, it's a few buildings back. It's almost on the edge of the village where the shade grass fields begin. It's right on that outskirts there. And let me look at the exact specifics here. Locate it. Yep. And you sense she is underground.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't think she's at the Shade Watch, the Day Watch Commander right now.
Yeah.
She's definitely not there, no.
Yeah.
She might be like
building's
guarding some
much closer
underground
to you.
prison or something.
I'll just keep the spell going, so
Okay.
for the next hour I'll know if she moves. So kind of we also now know sort of a spot where she frequents,
Okay. Very
or
good.
at least is sometime. She's been there at least. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are heading over to the headquarters, the public headquarters that you guys saw when you came in. Is that where you're heading?
Yeah.
Kind of like the
Yes.
front face of the. Okay. What I want to do real quick is give you guys an idea of what the village kind of looks like here. Let me get this up. There we go. And move you guys over to this real quick so you can see this. Come on. Ah, why is it being a butt? It's being a butt. Come on. There it is. Okay. So, this is the idea of the town. You pinged,
Ooh.
Elijah, you pinged right here.
Yeah.
Oh, this building.
This is the market. The Green Man pub's over here.
That's where we are, Gridman?
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sapphire Tankard is over here. And the Shade Watch headquarters are right here. Right off the square.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's just a kind of like a half a block walk to get over there.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna keep her in the spell range.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's just on the edge, but it is there. And as you move a little closer, it'll come a little bit more in range.
Yeah.
So as you guys move to, you guys leave the pub, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you go back into the square, and you do see the stalls are bustling. There are villagers out. You do see daytime shade watch out. Some folks are Some of these guards are out just kind of keeping an eye. You do see some mounted Shade Watch. And
Like horseback or?
Yep.
Okay.
Couple on horseback.
It's easier to catch up with sweet roll thieves that way.
Someone stole your sweet roll.
Roll.
I love it! Yay! Very nice. You're making me want to play Skyrim again now. And you do see some guard outside the headquarters as you approach.
Well, yeah.
They do let you pass into the building. And then as you walk into the main hall,
Ooh.
Ooh.
you are immediately stopped by 2 guards who are on this wall. And they see you come in.
Why is the music so ominous?
I have no idea what it's doing.
We're in enemy territory now.
I
We're
know
entering a
why.
boss battle.
All right.
It's a Lord's Secret song too. Oh my god.
It is. Good ear. So the 2 human women, one much shorter than the other, both armored, plate armor. Looks like they have long swords at their sides, and they come over to you and they stop you just as you enter. And the taller woman has got a short blonde kind of shag that hits the end of her chin, and she says, "Stop, state your business."
Hi.
Board.
And she looks at the other woman with her, and they both nod. And they point to an actual board up against the far wall there. If you have inquiries about certain jobs, you can talk to either one of us. And they step back and go back to these, taking up posts on these walls.
Ooh.
They are watching you. You guys are maybe 20 feet apart from them.
Well, might as well actually look at the job board.
Yeah, might as well check it out.
Might be cool things in there.
Yeah.
Maybe
you
a
guys-
way to talk.
Yeah. You guys head over. There are some postings that look like they've been claimed by being halfway ripped off the board. There's a few tatters of paper hanging here. There are 3 whole pieces of paper. The first one says, "Wanted, a party of 3 or 4 brave souls willing to venture into the Bramblewood to catch a strange, lizard-like creature that has been devouring cattle and sheep from nearby farms. Bring evidence of the dead creature, upon which each party member will be paid 250 gold. The second
nice.
one reads, "Wanted, several strong hands to help raise a new addition to the Green Man Pub. Honest pay for honest work, 20 gold per day, sunrise to sunset. Meals, water, and house ale provided." And the third says, the ale is what's got him there.
Yeah, and also Volkar used to be a mason, I believe.
Oh,
So, if he wasn't adventuring, he'd be totally into
just
that.
move in here, seems like a nice place.
Settle down.
I was going to say, yeah, if he's here to get got his eye on a fine dwarven lass, it's all good. Would probably cut his head off with a battle axe, but it's all good. And then the last one says, "Wanted, strong-armed and armored men and women to escort Trader Slakin's caravan to Westrun. 35 gold per day, meals and water provided."
Hmm.
Those are the 3 postings on the board right now.
I mean, the one about the cattle is pretty interesting.
But there's
Yeah, but-
5 of us.
There's 5 of us for first thing.
Yeah.
The second one could be good, except I can't be any help.
That's true.
Yeah, okay, that actually gives me an idea. It says for 3 or 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna approach one of the guards.
Okay. They both see you. The shorter one nods and acknowledges your presence.
Yeah, so there's this one job that asks for like 3 or 4 people, but like we're not all here. There's actually 5 of us. Don't know if we can negotiate something with that.
That one
By,
was put up by the commander, so
yeah, I thought as
potentially.
much. Is he
That's-
around?
So glad you guys can't see my face right now. They look
See
to each
outside.
other, and this shorter woman, she has kind of dark brown hair, pulled back into a high ponytail, and she nods and says, "He is, but he's occupied right now.
He's what?
He's occupied."
Oh. Well, when is he not gonna be occupied?
They look at each other again, and then from the hallway they're guarding, you hear another voice. "Let them pass. Straya, Marin, let them pass." And they both stop for a second and then step out of the way
Okay.
into that hallway right there. That's where the voice came from.
Well, let's
It
go.
would be, it would be rude if not, if we did. Let's go.
Okay. You guys head down the hallway. It's a long, very nicely, the whole building is nicely constructed. The hallway to the left turns a corner, and then you come to a single door that is open. And inside you see a huge oak desk, a leather armchair behind it, kind of turned halfway to the table, halfway to the fire that's roaring behind it, the table. And sitting there is a rather lithe, pretty tall, half-elf man with a huge mane of golden blonde hair that is falling in his eyes, and he keeps brushing it out of the way. And he has his hand on the table, and he sees all of you and crooks one finger.
Hello.
Come. Shut the door behind you.
Commander
I
Corporal,
guess we do
I
that.
presume.
You would presume correctly, Dragonborn. Soldier, right? You can follow orders. Get your party in here and shut the door.
You heard the man. In you come.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
guys come on in. You get a better look at him. He is wearing full armor. It's a mixture of scale mail links and leather. And the
Cool.
leather is dark red, and the scale mail is a bright, bright silver. And there's some kind of, from the chest plate, there are some kind of odd, you've never seen anything quite like it, ropes that loop around the chest very tightly and look like they bind in the back.
Oh.
There's also lacing up the pauldrons, up the bracers, and then you do see on the one pauldron the mark of the Shade Watch. And he gives you all a nod. The door shuts, and he says, "Nice ruse with the job board, but I assume that's not actually why you're here, since you don't look like you need money, and considering you willingly walked into town. How can I be
Well,
of service?"
I mean, you know,
I'm actually
cattle
really
being idle is not good, and we might actually want to take that job, if not for the other issues this town is having that seem more urgent.
Which ones
What
would those
I
be?
thought we were supposed to be chill. It's just like.
Alexis, calm
I mean,
down.
come on, he knows what he's talking about clearly.
And I get the sense that you do as well. A moment.
Yeah.
And he holds up a finger. Do not speak. Do not move. And he goes over to a huge, it's almost like a buffet sideboard kind of a piece of furniture with a bunch of cabinets on it. And you see him, he opens the doors, he pulls out multiple bottles of wine,
Ooh.
puts one to the side, and then reaches all the way back into the back of the cabinet and pulls out a small bronze, two-pronged, for lack of a better word, a fork that's set in a base of crystal, of like green crystal. And he runs his hand over the crystal, and a moment later the fork begins to resonate. In your guys' ears, you hear this piercing sound for just a second, and then it stops, and he sets this item aside. Now we can speak. Wine.
Sure.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I just heard it too.
What was
exactly
that?
did they do?
Dispel magic?
What are you doing?
No, I was asking what
Oh,
he did.
okay.
Did he use?
No.
That's
I don't have to use dispel magic. No.
that's how I ensure certain ears are not hearing what they ought not to.
Clever.
Sensible piece of equipment.
And he pours wine. He pours wine for everybody and motions toward where they're actually nice crystal goblets that he's pouring into. Help yourselves. And he takes the bottle with him and sits back down in the chair and just starts drinking from the bottle.
I empty my glass.
All right.
I will pick up a glass of wine, but I'll try to smell it and try to see if I can detect poison in it or something.
Is
I'm gonna
that
take it
a
up on that drink.
is that a
Yeah.
roll? Is that an ability you have? I can't remember.
I mean, I have I get advantage on perception checks involving hearing or smelling.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
could I do that?
Go ahead and make that. See if you can detect anything. And he's drinking straight out of the bottle. I will say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Just in case.
And
who knows?
I'm emptying my glass.
Alright, that's only a 7, so
Okay.
probably no idea.
It smells like really heady red wine, more heady than the stuff you would normally drink because you're more prone to the sweet stuff. I mean, it smells vintage. If vintage could smell, that would be it. That's it smells like old wine, and he's having no problems knocking the bottle out.
Alright, I'll have a sip.
I'll take a sip too.
Alright. There are chairs around this huge table. There are papers all over the table. Elysia, your keen eyes you do see a map of the area that has multiple X's all over it. And you do see a couple of looks like almost little wooden blocks denoting who knows what. One is set in the Bramblewood, one is set in the Umber Hills, and one is set at Gat Shadow.
I was gonna ask, is there any way I can try and memorize the map for later?
Sure. Yeah, you could do
Is
that.
that possible?
Yeah. You with your wizard mind, you could be able to recall it with fairly decent clarity later, as long as you were to try to etch it out in the next maybe 12 hours or so.
Yeah.
Even without that 1 feet, wizards are pretty used to memorizing
Right.
things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stare at the map and try and just remember because it looks like it could be important for later, and also try and figure out what he knows.
And Neuraxis, you do see on his left hand, on his left middle finger, there is a band of solid platinum, and it is stamped with the visage of Bahamut.
Ooh.
Reaches into the front of his armor and pulls the little symbol out. It hangs next to the weird red crystal. He realizes and tucks the red crystal in instead.
Okay. He's watching all of you, and he sees this and nods. Not very common around these parts. Glad to know I'm not the only one. So, to business. What do 5 armored strangers want in this little village?
Now, that's a complicated question.
I like complicated questions and even better complicated answers.
Looking at the others just before someone's don't say what you're going to say, it's okay.
We've heard that there have been some problems in the area.
Well, according to the job board, we have a few. We have a few beasts roaming the nearby forests, and we need some masonry work.
We're clearly not talking about those.
Yeah, there's a village that could really use some masonry work if you...
Because it's burned to the ground.
Yeah, that.
There's a long beat of silence. And he's looking at you. Feel his gaze almost just rake across your forms.
There's also that thing that your leaders seem interested in? No, in the mountains.
Some,
That she's willing to kill for it?
yeah, some individuals flying, not your colours, but those colours, he like points at his like big symbol, have been doing some less than civically minded things to the surrounding populace.
I knew she was getting desperate, but this is clearly more than just rumors on the wind from villagers who have too much time on their hands.
Yeah. She's starting to draw attention.
Yes, that's
There was
what
an
I was
attempted
afraid
gnome
of.
napping, especially.
Yeah.
Gnomes.
And then there's
Right.
also your nighttime counterpart who we've heard doesn't like you very much.
Oh, you
Yeah,
mean
that-
Alaric.
I mean, both of them.
Bastard thinks he owes me because we ran the gauntlet together. He's not thrilled I got this command, so... Well, and he's family, so that's the other half of the problem.
Oh, jeez.
Ah,
Distant family, but still.
Am I the only one who gets along with family?
Potentially.
no, I get on with mine. I just don't know
It's
where they
complicated.
are.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a few months.
Oh, man! Dark! Okay. He's still
Can I
just kind
get-
of staring. Well, how about we be perfectly clear?
Sure.
Something is wrong here.
Yes.
Yes.
Arhana, whom I once believed was worthy of following, is clearly not anymore. And I have a problem with many of the Shade Watch who are newly recruited, willing to do basically any orders given, and have no sense of loyalty or really any capability of individual thought. I'm fighting a losing battle, essentially. And my initial concern when taking this post was for the protection of the people living in this village.
Yeah, see, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Can I do an inside check on him? Like, try to get a grasp of if he's telling the truth, if he feels really like concerned and disturbed about these things.
Go for it.
Ugh, that's just an 8.
He's very steadfast. He's saying all of this with almost no facial expression. The thing that you do see is just like permanent creases on his face. Looks like he has just been either squinting or frowning fairly consistently,
Yeah. Like constant concern type face.
potentially.
I mean, he like looks at the others. Like, are we putting all cards on the table?
Might as well.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Now, this might sound crazy. The hands want to kill you. There's a rumor about a crazy woman yelling at a crystal that I don't know if it's important.
I think that was this O'Hara person.
There is an object, an artifact of some significant danger and power in that mountain. That we're supposed to get rid of. Well, I don't know if we're
you
supposed
guys
to get rid of
decide that you
Yeah.
want to do.
That O'Hara is very interested in and really wants to get.
Yeah. Which is why that village burned, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, the
A lot
gnomes
of people died.
might have known how to get in.
Let's
I'm not 100% on that.
start with the burned village. Which one?
Anyone
It was-
remembers the name?
Inlon? No, that's.
I think I had it written down somewhere. It was.
I don't know where my notes are.
It's okay. It's Irwin. You guys know this. Yeah. Your characters know this. No worries.
Right.
And
Edmond's the dude, right?
Yep, that was the Azamar paladin.
Yeah.
The dude father.
The dude father.
father.
There we go.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
When the
Okay.
DM misspeaks, this is what happens.
Yeah.
As soon as you say Erwin, you do see a flash of worry across his face, and he pushes his hair back out of his eyes again. He says, I had concerns about Erwin before. There was no need for us to be that far out. We're supposed to be protecting Jorenn and occasionally checking on nearby villages when they ask.
Well, you've been... Well, not you, but Shade Watch has been even further than that. Where did you guys meet them first again?
Close to Singorn, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Timor Falls.
Yeah. More false.
Outside Whitestone. Yeah, they're spreading.
Yeah, there was some hinky stuff going on there as well.
Yeah.
There has been, as you say, hinky things happening for some time, and I have almost no foothold in this village anymore. I feel like my duty is largely just performative. To put on a good face.
And those two seem like they listen to you.
Estrella and Marin are loyal. There are a handful who are reliable, who were either recruited by me or who were trained by me, whom I would trust, but there are few anymore. Those who have been hired recently are largely just looking for a payday, or even worse, just would prefer to cause violence.
It's not exactly the day shift versus the night shift. It's more it's less balanced than that, you're saying?
It's difficult, yes. If out of the day watch, I would largely only trust perhaps 20 of them.
Out of how many?
About 40.
Oh.
So this O'Hara person is the one calling the shots?
Arhana is the one who began the Shade Watch. She recruited me. I thought I was signing up for what would be an honorable position guarding villagers against the dangers that lie out in the wild, and it was like that for some time. And then it wasn't.
Well, sounds like she was a nice person and got corrupted along the way, maybe.
I have not seen her in months, so that's possible.
That's suspicious.
You're telling me.
Do you know where she is right now?
There are two places I can suspect. There is the armory on the far northeast side of town, and he points on the map. Alicia, this is the same building you detected a while ago. That's the armory. There are layers to that building, though. There are places I can't even get into.
So there's places underground?
Yes.
Good to know.
That answers that question.
That's used to be where we housed the barracks. I don't know if that's the case anymore. And there is a building that I suspect she could be operating out of. The nighttime watch are not as stealthy as they believe themselves to be. I've been having some of my scouts track them in the evenings. There is an abandoned building on the northwest side of town. And he points on the map, and let me show you where that's at. Switch you guys back over to that. And he points to this building here. That used to be just a trader market. There was a tanner that worked out of there, a few folks. It's largely been abandoned. And I have tracked, my scouts, I should say, have tracked nighttime Shade Watch, including the left and right hand going in and out of that building.
That lines up the...
Yeah, that weird little dude.
Yeah. Weird woman with a crystal in an abandoned house on the edge of town that...
The other thing that I will tell you is that Arhana has found some kind of a power source. And if I had to guess, she believes it to be the will of her patron.
Who is her patron?
That's not exactly a conversation we've ever had. Not directly, but she is... superstitious. She is highly motivated by the arcane, and the last time I saw her, she was slightly out of her mind. She wasn't talking sense in any way that I could understand.
Do you have any idea what exactly her plans are for the Shade Watch, other than just being giant buttholes?
Sorry.
Like, do you know anything? Do you have heard anything about this mountain?
Gat's Shadow and the Umbra Hills are tied by dark history and a lot of superstition and rumor over the last centuries, quite honestly. There are rumors that there are tunnels connecting the two mountain ranges. There are rumors that if you go into them, you never come back out again. Although I think she's experiencing that right now since she keeps sending agents to Gat Shadow and they don't come back out. And that some kind of malevolent power still resides there even after the fall of Umbrasil.
Is Ulrin with us right now?
Yes,
I'm assuming
he is.
not.
Oh,
he is. Okay.
He's just kind of like your silent. Yeah.
Yeah, he's lost in thought. Can we have him roll religion to try and figure who that patron might be, based on what he said?
Yeah. Let's do that. Hold on, just
Because
let me.
I'm thinking he would do that probably.
Yeah, I'll tell you what the modifier is on religion, and one of you guys can roll it for him. It's a +4.
Can I try to roll as Alicia too?
Sure.
The thing that's making me squirm is he said patron.
I'm gonna roll for
deity.
dwarf, bro.
Okay.
I rolled a 17, and I have a really good modifier.
Okay.
20.
Oink. Okay.
Nope.
If it was a paladin or a cleric, it'd be like obviously they're god, but that he said patron is making me like.
Yeah.
did
I rolled
very
a
specifically
You can
say
see
patron.
Neuractus like scratching his left arm like over his holder.
Between what you know, Elijah, as far as history of Arcane, but the idea of patron is not exactly your wheelhouse.
No.
Neuraxis, why don't you go ahead and roll that for me, too?
Was it religion?
Yeah.
Where? In fact.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know of patrons who demand power in exchange for gifts. You know of patrons who are largely benign and simply provide their gifts because they wish to have some kind of even small influence on this plane. It sounds a little malevolent, sounds not good. It does not, however, sound like the exact parameters of your deal.
Huh.
So you're not without more detail or even a name, it's hard to tell.
Well, was worth a shot.
Yep.
Yeah. So we suspect she might have made a pact with some sort of entity, possibly.
At this point, Corfil stands and he pulls a book down off one of the shelves. And he says, this is largely just a historical piece on the village, but I have been documenting all of the strange things that I've seen since... I honestly think she's gone mad. You're welcome to it.
I mean, madness is relative.
Well, there's keeping the peace and trying to do right, and then there's...
Yeah, it seems like kind of a big turnaround from there.
She's certainly
Yeah.
not the same person that I signed up to fly a banner under. That's for sure.
Maybe she's not even the same person.
He kind of freezes when you say that.
That's true. We have seen that.
I've wondered myself what could have twisted. She was very diligent in her belief that protection of those who could not help themselves was key to her whole goal. And now we're antithetical to that.
Was there like a specific event or something that might have happened to her between her being like good and a jerk?
Yeah, can you point out like to a date or time of the year where it started changing?
She visited
Or was
a
it
specific
gradual?
place or something?
It was gradual. I've pondered this question myself, trying to, if there was a moment, a happenstance even, but she's always been interested in the arcane. She's always been interested in history. That's just part of who she is.
Right.
And the only reason that I know that even exists is she and I used to be fairly close comrades. She would give me some details of her life, and the only thing that she ever really told me that was quite telling, to be honest, was that she died. And her patron brought her back.
Ew.
But it happened a long time ago.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Reclaiming their debts.
Perhaps.
Possibly.
Maybe this patron has all the time in the world to collect. I don't. I worry more that it's... Well, you confided in me, I'll confide in you. I worry that it is an influence. That whatever lingers in the mountain has been reaching fingers out.
Yeah. Goes back to my idea of corruption.
That's as close as I can
Maybe
get.
it's literally calling to her. That may be why she wants it so bad.
Well, once she found that stone, that's when everything got really bad.
Do you know anything more about that stone?
Yeah.
Like where it's from, or like
It's from one of the
What it
old
is?
war camps.
where the undead keep rising now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Did the undead start rising stronger after the stone was taken?
Yes.
Oh,
Of course.
there's probably a connection there.
Well, I think we know what we need to do.
Yep.
Just looks at the others.
Well, question is, how do we proceed?
Do we like
Seems pretty clear to me.
seek her
Kill
out?
her, we put the stone back, and we blow up a mountain.
I mean, that's an idea.
I have one question. How do we blow up the mountain?
Wait, why would we blow up the mountain?
Are you asking him?
I'm asking you, Axis.
Okay.
Yeah.
The proposed idea.
It's just, it just looks at you like, oh, I thought that you could maybe with a wiggle your fingers and no.
You can blow up mountains,
can
Elisha? That's bad.
No,
Yes.
I mean,
that would take time and effort that we don't have.
I mean, I don't think we need to blow up the mountain. I think we might like need to get and destroy or whatever what's inside the mountain.
yeah.
I mean,
Or bring it to
Yes.
the Arcana Phantopical.
Or do that.
but then it'll just get busted like the other one. So I mean, break it once, break it twice, break it here, break it there. It's just...
But they can make, like, as we tried to do with the other thing, try and at least figure out what it does or what it is. Or
I mean, what it does is make people crazy, apparently. So I
Well,
just
we should probably like seek out this Ohana person first.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do we
Like-
try to like go straight for her, or
I
do
wouldn't
we try
recommend
to?
that.
But if we put the stone back, then the undead
I
will
mean-
go away, right?
Yeah, it would also be good to know about the stone because it clearly has some sort of
A little revolution could be really fun, but it doesn't sound like the numbers are on our side. It could be pretty bloody too. Other option is to go straight after her, but that doesn't seem doable right now. We don't have enough information.
You guys do see him get up, and he goes back over to the fork and hits it again, because it had slowly started to it had been slowing down. Let's just say.
Yeah,
and
there's a duration.
Hits it again and comes back, and he says, "I can get you part of the way there."
Of the way where?
I can get you into the armory.
What if she's not at the...
She might not be at the armory.
She might not be there, but it's a door.
Elijah, what do you need of a person to cast your spell? Like, you know the one I mean. Do you need to see the person, or just the name is enough?
I need to be familiar with them, and I think I need to have seen them.
Creature
close,
known to you, yes.
Yeah, known to me.
Oh, okay.
Also, I can't do it today. I need to sleep. If I need to do that again.
Yeah, but it's...
Power nap, yeah.
Power nap.
I mean, we might want to check out both places and see if we find information there.
Yeah.
If we... Could you augury the armory and the abandoned house? Because then if you see her in either of them, you've seen her, right?
Me? Yeah. I need to see her. But,
We don't know which one she's in. You can theoretically check two places like we did last night.
But you can only check like one room, right?
Is that true?
Well, here's the thing with the
much.
checking thing. I need to have seen the place if I'm gonna check something.
Oh, okay.
Or we could use an incredibly long time and I can cast Arcane Eye and do it, but that would take so long.
Yeah.
Are you guys having this whole conversation in front of him? I'm just making sure. Okay.
Might as well. I mean,
Okay.
We're idiots.
We're discussing
Yeah,
options.
because if he can help us with any of these things, that's the like.
If we like theoretically, in some way, get rid of this Ohana person, could you or someone else who's like more into like protecting people again, take control of the Shade Watch again?
I would abolish the Shade Watch. I would dismantle it and let the villagers have their town back.
That works too.
But I can't
That
imagine
works
the
too.
hands would let that.
No, because it is.
Yeah, she also
they have power now. They have the power that they wanted.
Yeah. Do we need to get rid of those two?
I
Those
wouldn't
two
say I wouldn't
people.
cry tears if they came into a mishap.
Mhm.
I was
Cutting
going
the head off the
to
snake.
make one final offer.
Out of character question.
Yes.
Have we told him yet that someone will try to kill him?
I
we did,
mentioned
right?
that the other guy
Okay.
doesn't like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, we told him that those two are trying to. Yeah.
Good.
Well, and
I was
he's
just-
been making
need to make
checks against you guys too. So, he says,
I just needed to make sure we had done.
Okay. He finishes the wine, sets it aside, and says, It is not known by most, except for the old-timers who were here when they were dug, but there is a series of tunnels underneath the village. They were originally there decades ago, is what I was told, when this area was dealing with marauders and roaming bands of giants. They would dig the tunnels, the villagers would go to ground, wait for the horde or whoever it was to pass, and then come back. This was, again, decades ago. There is an entrance. Your best bet is to go into the one that's below the Sapphire Tankard.
Huh.
Sounds good.
Okay.
But I do not know where all these tunnels lead.
Is there a map somewhere of the tunnels or something?
If you could find someone in the village who dug them, there are a few who are still around. but no, there's no map. It was all... And honestly, when you start digging into this type of ground and you're getting close to the mountains, things burrow, tunnels collapse, and new ones are dug by creatures. But I do know that there is an old one, an access port.
Do you have any sort of organized crime around here?
We are the organized crime.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Do you know why they're not letting people leave their houses at night? Like, are they doing something specific?
It's control. It's fear.
Oh.
It's controlling any pieces that they can. And if they are doing something in the evening, the scouts have seen people moving about, but it's... I don't know.
Yeah, they're doing it just in case, basically.
You aren't he normally around here?
No. They were recruited from the Rife and Mist jungle.
That's a hell of a...
It's a hell of a ways away, yes.
And that Ohana person did that too?
Yes.
Well,
what are the names of her hands again?
Alaric and...
I'll put them in the chat.
Left and right.
Sackmate. Alaric and...
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about them?
They are... cut from not the same cloth, but they enjoy violence. Sacknight is from the Rife and Mist jungle. She is keenly intelligent, speaks most of the languages known in the world,
Whoa.
and is she carries a long sword. Alaric, again, distant family. He's originally from Vasselheim.
That's pretty distant.
Yes, there was a branch of our family who went there several hundred years ago. But we are actually from we'll say a family near royalty in Singorn. He was exiled for his behavior, his violence, and he enjoys his violence. And he carries a flail. Dangerous in different regards, but equally responsible for the Night Watch.
Huh.
All right.
So how do we handle this?
Split them up.
You know, I'm not really good at plan. I feel like we should just go have a look at the armory and see from there.
I mean, if we can kill the two of them, no one's seen her in months, he becomes head honcho. That buys us some breathing room.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that simple if only 20 out of like the day part and none of the night part are with him.
I mean, unless you got somewhere better to be, I would say 25.
Yeah, but we're not guards.
But
I
he
would
might.
I would have offered up the guise of guards, but your faces are now known, so that's...
I mean, that might help.
It won't work.
Okay.
You are known entities in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get you into the armory. I could probably convince Irok, the Sapphire Tankard, to let you into the tunnel. I can cause distractions, but if you are willing to take the Shade Watch down, I will assist you in that.
Hell yeah.
That is kind of
That's
our
what I
plan,
do.
to be honest, like, if it hasn't been obvious enough at this point.
Well, you have been talking quite a bit, that's for one thing.
But, I mean, my out of character thinking is he knows where the weak points are for us to go and like hit with an adventuring hammer. Like, if he says go through the tunnel, kill this person, knock this building down, whatever, like, yeah.
We'll just do it.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know how to do it better than him because he is one.
But then again, yeah.
Yeah.
I would ask if you're going to do this to give me a day.
Sure.
I need to speak to those loyal. And I need to know where you want us. There are not nearly enough of us to cover the village, not even a tenth of it. But there are some villagers who might take up the cause. And if you were to go... I don't like the thought of putting them in the face of danger, but they have been pretty vocal about this. If you were to go talk to those who run the mining guild, they are adamant that they want to get rid of Arhana. I have had to caution them about speaking openly.
I mean,
I
I feel like that's our next stop anyway, wasn't it? To talk to the Goliath.
Oh
Yeah,
true.
we were supposed to talk to them anyways.
Zidane and his fellows would be good allies to have.
And then we should, reconvene with our little friend.
She'll find us, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
that little friend. Okay, yeah.
That little friend.
She'd definitely be good to
True.
speak to about.
Very
getting
true.
rid of people.
Did you bring someone into our ranks?
I mean, technically, she brought us.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't want to know more. I don't want to accidentally put her in danger, but if you have someone...
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Keep it
On-
as secret as possible. She's kind of our haste in the hole, you could say.
Very
Deniable
good.
operation.
Huh. You're more prepared than I initially gave you credit for.
Well,
Interesting. Give me a day.
Okay.
Let me... I've been looking for the powder keg moment, and I think you just handed it to me.
I'm a walking powder keg, my friend.
I like that very much. Good.
So basically,
Where are you?
what you're
Go ahead.
so basically what you're proposing is just an all-out fight against Ohana and her two hands and all those loyal to them,
I think.
or
it's more
taking them out
surgical
like
than that.
one by one.
Yeah, they distract. With the scalpel for cutting out.
We go in and kill Alaric, Sagnite, and Ohana in the end.
And you would not want to attack them during the evening.
Yeah,
No,
no.
of course not.
You'd have to catch them off guard.
Okay.
First thing in the morning when they're
Talk
tired, middle of the day when they're asleep.
Talk to the mining guild. Talk to Iraq over at the Sapphire Tankard. See if he'll give you access. And if he doesn't for some reason, let me know, and I'll convince him.
So you said you need a day. How about we go talk to the miners today, and then tomorrow we go at the Sapphire?
Could do that.
That's that what I'm getting?
Talk to him this evening.
Might as well talk to him today.
Yeah, we've got a whole day.
Then get ready in the morning.
I only need a day to get everyone together. What I can do is, where are you at? Are you staying with Millie at the Green Man? I'm assuming. Since that's
No, Millie, no. They don't know anything. What are you talking about? No.
We just have our rooms there, Neuraxis, but we can leave there.
Not going to cause any harm. They are old. They're an old family from the village. They're really the only tavern we have at this point that caters to travelers. I'll send either Marin or Straya around tomorrow. and see where you're at. She
But
will
make sure her family doesn't get involved in
No,
it.
I won't.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll send Marin, and Marin is the shorter of the two. I'll send Marin. She'll be there to have a meal. And when you see her...
Preferably out of uniform.
And when you see her, you'll know that I'm ready to speak.
Right.
How does that sound?
And we don't even talk to her, right? We just see her and we know, and that's
when
it.
she's there, she's the yes.
signal.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Sure.
I would also suggest we, like, in case, like, anyone asks, we just tell that we took on the contract for on the job board.
Take it. Take the one for the
And use
Bramblewood.
And use that as, like, our reason to, like, stay in town for a couple of more days, do our preparations before we go out there.
And then when we're done with all this, we can actually do that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure.
When we're done with
because
all
why
this,
not?
I think hunting a beast in the Bramblewood is going to be the least of your concerns.
It's gonna be fun.
We've done crazier things, so.
When your friend comes in to check, we need a like a reply, right, to say that we're good to go, or not good to go yet, right?
If you're good to go, leave a gold piece on the table.
All right.
And if you're not, walk away. She'll bring it back to me if you're ready.
Okay.
I'll do that.
And lay as low as possible. Don't give the Night Watch any reason to suspect that you're here for any other purpose. Take the posting off the board. Make some perfunctory inquiries in the market about armor, potions, that kind of thing.
That sounds good.
Spread the word around in enough ears that you are going to go hunting a beast.
Sounds like we will be.
Yeah, we have practice doing that. That's fine.
Yep.
Alright.
I mean, we are gonna be hunting beasts.
Yeah.
You know, I really don't like when he laughs. He just looks at Hazel like,
Amazing. Oh my god. Okay. He motions toward the wine he had pulled out. Take one of those for the road with my compliments. You all are giving me a solution to a problem that's been plaguing me for some time.
Thank you, but next time you could really get something a bit sweeter, just saying, like,
just
it like changes your whole outlook on
pushing
it.
her out of
Just
the
a
room, like,
suggestion.
just... Okay, yep, that's... yep,
I'm just saying.
He leans forward, he puts his hands on the table and leans forward and looks at you, Hazel, and he says, "You know what the trick is?
Yeah.
You put honey in it."
Ooh.
You are a wise man, my friend.
No.
Now we have to go spend money on honey. Are you happy?
Are you happy now?
Are you happy?
And he motions toward the door. Now, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I have appearances to keep up as well.
And so do we.
Very good.
Exactly.
And if you want in the armory before, let me know. There are some things down there that may be of use.
We'll probably take you up on that.
We just need to... Has it been an hour yet?
Yes.
Yeah, the spell's gone.
She hasn't moved.
No.
There's been slight movement, but not out of that vicinity.
No.
Like she walked around in place.
Exactly, so we can go to the armory, but we need to be careful.
Let's not go right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the...
The miners.
Yeah.
Okay.
The marketplace, just to pretend.
Yeah. Actually, we could try and buy some healing potions in the market if we're going to go through it.
Yeah.
He nods and you hear a knock on the door and Marin sticks her head in and says, "Sir, we've got a few more postings to go up on the board. Looks like Millie brought over a few more for some construction, and he nods and motions to her, and she takes those back out, and the door's open now.
Yeah. Let's go up.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else in the hallway?
Just Straya and Marin right now.
Okay, Marin's the smaller one, right?
Yes, smaller woman, human woman with like a brown hair with a braid kind of.
That's
around
the
the
one
crown of
we're
her head.
gonna be seeing.
Yes.
If all goes
Yeah,
well.
so you definitely
okay.
have a good look at her, and she
Yeah.
gives. It's almost imperceptible, but gives the tiniest of nods as you walk by.
Mm.
We're also
Yeah.
ripping off the posting on the
Yeah.
top.
Yep.
Make
okay.
sure that posters look like it's
Take
gone.
that posting. Yep.
As I walk by her, I just smile at her and I'm like to buy you a beer sometime, maybe tomorrow.
Gives you a confused look for a second. Looks down. I mean, she's short, but not that short. Kind of
Yeah.
looks down and, blonde dwarf. That's new. Kind of nudges her buddy. He's cute, huh? Yeah. What do you think? And Straya kind of smacks Marin's armor and goes, "You're on duty. Knock it off." All right.
I was just being not subtle.
All right.
All right. Well,
Shopping in miners.
Okay. Where to first?
Yep, minor place.
Miners.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we should stop on, since we're right there, stop on the marketplace and get some potions and so
Oh, yeah,
first.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Through it.
And we
to
get
prepare
the-
for our hunt.
And
How many
let's-
potions do we have?
Let's not
More.
forget the wanted poster too.
Yeah, we picked that off the
we go,
drop
yeah.
board.
I have 2 healing potions at least.
I gotta get you guys over to the market
I've
here.
got-
I
There
have.
we go.
Do I have any? Or
I think there's still some in the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
There's 5 in the bag.
I just have one regular on me right now.
I don't seem to have any potion.
Then we can buy a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's buy them and distribute them amongst us.
The last time you guys bought potions, you bought them from Dust on the Road. So you know she has some. There's probably other stalls in the market that you could check and see if they have some as well.
Yeah, because we got 3 potions for 105.
Yeah.
Alright,
So
you
yeah, I
guys-
guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys can head out into the market. Still, there's a few more people out and about. Looks like there's been a rotation in the day watch guard. You see some kids running through the village square. There's a couple kids looking down into the well like, "Whoa, did you see that? I just dropped a rock down there. It didn't even make a sound." "No, it made a sound. I heard it." Like, "No, throw another one down there." And then you see a kind of a harried looking woman with a baby on her back. And it's like, "Would you two quit that?" And kind of pulls him by the ears. "Don't put rocks in the water." So where do you guys want to check for potions at?
Just like look through the market stall and see if we maybe like also ask someone and like make it clear that we're an adventuring party looking for equipment because we have a job to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can ask a couple of people, and there are 2 places. The Tabaxi you spoke with has them, and there is a stall on the far side of the market, actually closer to the village entrance, kind of over in this direction,
Better keep it public.
that has a variety of things. It's almost like a trinket stall. Looks like some wood carvings. Looks to be some small tapestries. There are some bottles on a shelf in the back of the stall. You see a few just basic looks like some kind of necklaces or something. It's very kind of a mishmash of things.
Is there some kind of place that seem like specialized in hunting stuff?
Yeah.
There is one stall that is primarily made up of ammunition, so lots of arrows, and you do see some long swords hanging off the one side of the stall. You see some shields.
Yeah, mostly I'm looking for the kind of people that we could go like ask about. Yeah, what kind of beast would go would eat cows, and how would you go about hunting that kind of stuff, and make it clear what our intentions are.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a village, so I mean the guy behind the stall is kind of a weathered, older halfling. He's wearing nice leathers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's definitely he's talking to a few people. You see one Shade Watch person come up and talk to him for a moment, and they have a congenial conversation. He might know something.
Yeah, sure. That'll do. Okay. Especially if there's people around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's definitely people around.
I'll buy caltrops if he has them as well.
Okay. All right. So you guys can go over there. He greets you with a smile and a big toothy grin, but you do see one of his front teeth is missing. And he's got one of his blue eyes is a little hazy. And he puts both hands down on the stall, missing 2 fingers on his left hand.
Ooh.
And he grins and he says, "So, what can I get you? What can I do for you?"
Yeah, how much do you know about hunting big beasties and what we'd need for that?
Hunters, huh? Very good. I hunted a few nasty bits in my time. Depends on what you're going after.
Something that's big and hungry enough to eat cows.
In the Bramblewoods.
Oh, yeah, the Bramblewoods. It's some nasty things that live there.
Looks like good money for that, so, it's interesting.
Was that on the job board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were 2 decades younger, oh, God, I miss the hunt sometimes. So,
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
You lose your fingers on one of them hunts?
And he holds them up where they're supposed to be. They're long gone. I mean, it's long healed over. Yeah, lost these in the mouth of a gorgon. Do you believe that? Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It's a good story. It's a good story. But hey, we're doing business. So I've got So I've got just, run-of-the-mill arrows, and he kind of points off to the right. I'm assuming you're not looking for those. I've got some obsidian-tipped arrows and bolts that will do some extra piercing damage. Pretty nasty-looking things there. Made those myself. And
how much for those?
One of those will run you... Okay. One of those is going to run you 20 gold.
Damn.
Okay.
But the nice thing about these is you can retrieve them.
Okay. I like... How much gold do we have in the bag? I like ask Jorenn and such because I obviously can't afford them. But some obsidian arrows might be nice.
1,694 gold and 20 platinum.
Oh! 20 gold per arrow, so I ask Jorenn if I could have the money for 5 obsidian arrows.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can take it out of the party funds.
Yeah. I assume he has no problems with that.
Okay.
Sweet. Because I don't have.
Alright, so
they do 1 extra damage.
They do 1 extra damage die, so it's an extra...
Oh, an extra damage die?
Yeah.
Ooh. So the 1d, 2d6 basically instead of
right. Sorry, yeah. I was just double checking. Yep. So it's an extra damage die on that one. And
awesome.
Jorenn just messaged me. Okay, he's gonna try to hop in.
Woohoo!
So
Hey!
we may have the other dwarf. The other dwarf might be present.
Yay!
Come back to us, Dwarf Jesus. All right.
Dwarf Jesus, we need you.
So you can get 5 of those obsidian arrows. He gladly takes the gold. You guys trade that off. So, anybody need hunting leathers? You need poisons?
Caltrops, a steel mirror.
Yeah, absolutely. Bag of 20 of those will run you 5 gold. Those are easy enough to make.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use some money out of the team bank.
Okay. He gives you a couple pointers on the caltrops. Just make sure. A lot of creatures are smarter than they look, and they'll spot those from a mile away, so you're going to want to camouflage those.
I'd just rather something like a Gorgon wasn't running straight at me.
Alright. Anybody else? I've got leathers. I've got a couple bows back here. Some daggers.
I think I'm good.
Everybody else good?
Yeah, me too.
Alright. Well, hey, may the hunt be with you, and hopefully the Wild Mother blesses you while you're in the forest.
Thank you.
Yes. Bless the Wild Mother.
Alright. And did you guys want to try to find potions? Where were you headed for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess a few potions couldn't hurt.
No.
Oh, battery low. Need to plug it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
So it looks like your two options are the stall kind of across the way that might have some, and you know the tabaxi has some.
There we
Go
go.
to stall first.
Okay. You guys can head over there, and you're getting a few curious looks. There's a little kid one of the kids who was dropping stones in the well, actually runs up and starts tugging on Naraxis's armor. Hey! Hey!
Hello.
Hey!
Down there.
I'm Sven. Who are you?
I'm Naraxis.
I'm gonna call you Scaly Green Man Head.
That's pretty
That's a good
descriptive and
nickname.
accurate.
That's great.
Hey!
Okay.
He keeps tugging. Hey!
Yes,
Are you
Looks like you made a friend, Naraxis.
he actually stops walking.
are you a soldier?
I mean, yes.
You are?
I mean,
Really? Do you think you can train me?
Oh boy.
I'm
Oh,
really
first
good. I'm a really good fighter. My daddy says I'm really good. Can I go with you? Where are you going?
shopping.
Can I go with you?
Does your daddy let you go shop with strangers?
My mom's is over there. And he kind of points. This is a little dark-haired little boy. He's got huge eyes. And he points,
Yeah,
and
you
you
should-
see the same woman with the baby and the other kid. She's
You should
there.
probably stay with her.
No.
Yes.
I look at her to see if she's noticed.
No. She's too busy hassling with the fruit vendor and dealing with the other two children to notice that this 6-year-old kid has kind of just run off about 50 feet the other direction. And he keeps tugging on your axis. Hey, come here. And he starts pulling on one of your claws. Come here.
I'm not.
Come on. I want to show you something. Bring your friends. Come here.
Hazel, can you?
Come here.
All right. Okay.
There.
Okay.
Come here,
breathe.
scaly greenhead man.
All
I
right.
think he really likes you, Naraxis.
Pulling. He keeps pulling,
All right,
and he's
Sven.
trying to
Okay,
tug you in the
okay.
direction of the well. Hey, check this out. And he pulls a
Okay.
pebble from his pocket and drops it.
I lean closely to him, and I look him in the eye, and I say, "Look, kid. If you keep putting rocks in that well, you're gonna end up drinking rocks. You want to drink rocks?"
Alicia is following the path of the rock with her eyes down.
It
I also want to look into the well.
Oh, yeah,
disappears after
just
your dark vision, and you don't hear a splash.
ha.
Yeah.
Nobody believes me.
That's.
I also didn't
Where
hear
can we get
anything.
water out of this, right? We've seen people.
You
Is it
get
actually-
water, pull
Wait.
on the thing, pull on the rope.
There's no splash, but is there a cluck 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 or any sort of sound at all?
You do hear a little sound like a pebble moving through water, but it disappears fairly quickly.
Huh. That
Look,
is-
look, pull on the thing. I'm not big enough to pull on the rope. Pull on the rope, pull on the rope, pull on the rope, pull on the rope.
Okay. All right. Okay. Just like reach out. Starts
Okay.
pulling the bucket up.
You pull the bucket up. There's water there. It takes a little bit to get it up, but there's water there. Nobody believes me. The rocks don't make noise.
No, they don't.
I told him it was weird. Nobody believes me. My mom says I make up stories.
That is very.
Yeah.
That is
Strange.
pretty weird.
That's what I thought. And he pulls on you one more time, Norax. He says, okay, thank you for being nice. Bye. And runs away.
Bye.
And as he
I
runs,
try-
you do see the outline of a wooden sword stuck in his shirt.
Oh.
Oh, he's going to get in so much trouble one day.
Yeah,
Speaking
but it's not
from
our problem.
experience.
I'm not responsible for a 6-year-old child.
It's like to the access, it's the like I was that kid. Like, oh dear. Oh dear.
You see him now. He's pulling on his mom, and he's pointing at you guys.
It's just like just wave.
She kind
Hello.
of is like, hi. What are you doing? And kind of like pulls on his ear again. I told you not to get into trouble. Mom, I didn't do anything. And they start walking off.
Anyway. Oh god.
Okay. So
And,
you
like,
guys,
as the kid's taken away, like looks in the well again, like that is weird though, right? Like-
Yes, pretty
Yeah.
strange. Let's like not attract too much attention to it. Like we should probably step away from it a bit, but it is
Yeah.
pretty strange.
Oh, that's true. He like just fills up his like water flask
Yeah.
in the bucket and then
Yeah.
puts it back down.
it's very, very clean, cool water. It's definitely coming from a deep underground well. But
He did say there were tunnels under here.
Yeah, that's one thing too.
And he just wanders off. Ah,
Okay.
weird.
the stall that has potions, she only has, it's a gnome woman, she only has 3 available.
Yeah.
And they're going to go for 45 gold each.
Regular healing potions.
Yep.
Okay.
So who doesn't have any aside from me?
I have 1 regular healing potion. That's it.
I have 2.
Yeah, I've got 2.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely take one then.
Okay.
I'm also gonna take 1.
It was 45.
Mm-hmm.
Can people afford those, or have we got to dip in the penny jar?
I have 3 gold, so.
All right, I'll keep the books.
She does say if you buy all 3, she'll knock 10 gold off the total.
Ooh.
But is it worth it? You buy a tree. Just kid.
Yeah.
Takes your money, get your potions.
I paid for mine.
Okay.
So I don't know if anyone else is buying some.
I've taken the money out of the pot for Hazel.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
I should
Hey.
find work in a clothes store again someday.
That's right. You get paid pretty well for that.
When they're leaving, Rex like deliberately loud, like, I really hope it doesn't come to needing these. I'm sure it's fine. It'll be something small, right? It's just wondering. Like,
Subtle. I like
Yeah.
it. Oh man, it's getting towards like midday now, and you see the square's starting to clear out. You see vendors are unloading more carts that are coming into the village. You see more fruits and vegetables being unloaded.
so, the mine, I guess, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Gil?
We need to speak with them.
So as you guys head over to the mining guild, that's where we're going to take our break.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, back from break. Potions bought, arrows purchased, and now you are off to the mining guild. Yes?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
You know the guild is over here. You were told on the previous day that the guild and the Shadegrass Trader Market are right next to each other. So you can start to walk that way. Shade Watch go by you, daytime guard, see more villagers in and out. And as you make your way back to this building here, you see outside 2 signs. One says the Iron Legacy Mining Guild, and the other just says Shadegrass on this adjoining building.
Yeah, we probably won the first one.
So,
Yeah.
and as you guys look at the guild building, you do see quite a few wagons and small caravans pulled up alongside the Shadegrass end of the building. They're actually getting into the road. Some of you have to step around a few of the carts, and you see different people yelling at each other about, hey, we gotta get this load off this wagon, and come on, you need to move it. So there's a lot of activity. The guild, though, is fairly quiet.
Maybe they were all out to lunch or something.
Just put a
Maybe
sign
they're
on the door.
working because this is like afternoon.
I mean, the door's propped open.
Yeah, let's go in.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. So, let me find my notes here. Here we go. As you guys go in, you happen to bypass I'm gonna pull a Mercer, just fucking old guy. Just fucking old gnome. Real fucking old. I seriously, I wrote that months ago, and then when Mercer said that, I went, yep, that's about right.
Good description.
Just fucking old gnome, like the oldest gnome, Elijah, you've ever seen. Beard practically down to his toes. Bald on top, wispy hair on the back of his head, kind of got one eye that's like half shut, and he's wearing long, battered green robes. And he's shuffling out the door, and he walks past all of you, and he goes, don't listen to them, they won't give me a good price. I think Kuttner's been here for freaking millennia, and they won't even give me a good price on the mithril. And he kind of shuffles out the door. Don't listen to them, they're crooks. Fucking old gnome, man. And you hear from inside a
kind
female.
of old gnome that is not aware of inflation and all that, and he thinks he's gonna get the prices from like 100 years ago.
Old, he's so old. He's so old. And you hear a woman's voice from inside. Kuttner, get off my doorstep, you old crouchy son of a bitch.
They're so friendly.
Such lovely people.
And as you guys head in, you see who you assume is probably attached to the voice. This is a dwarven woman, long black hair. And she doesn't really, Volkar, she doesn't really seem to show any signs of age like you would expect on an older dwarf, but it's kind of hard to tell. You do recognize her as a surface dwarf. She shows no signs of having ever lived in Craghammer or anywhere like that. And she waves you in, get on in here. Now that Kuttner's gone, I can actually get down to business for once.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
You all... Can I help you? You're not one of my miners, so...
Yeah, we're definitely not. I mean, would like to see the guy in charge.
Well, that'd be me, Sonny.
Oh. Legendary Goliath.
Berna's the name.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Volcar. And
Nice.
even though he's not here, I'm gonna point this here is Jorenn. And he's into rare metals. He's a blacksmith himself, so
Oh,
I don't know if you mine anything interesting around here.
it's pretty much mithril anymore. Used to be iron and silver, but those veins ran dry about a decade ago. Yeah, mithril's about it now. So, need some mithril. I got raw. I've stuff we just pulled out of the mine. I've got ingots. I've got refined. She kind of leads you guys further in, and it's half almost like formal sitting room and half store. It's like someone converted their house into a marketplace almost. And there's a counter there, a proper shop counter. You see just racks and racks of heavy ingots. You see a few daggers. You also do smell, Jorenn would especially note this, the smell of a forge somewhere nearby, probably out back. And she gets behind the counter and props herself up. All right, so, Mithril, what can I do for you?
Well, since he's not here, I guess we can assume that he negotiated for whatever he needs.
Sure, yeah, he can tell me later if he wants something, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure he doesn't miss on that opportunity. And they have like daggers and stuff. You said? Did they have any armor?
No armor, unfortunately.
Okay.
Bull and Sedan, they really are the forgers, and it's pretty much daggers, a few swords, nothing too fancy. We're still learning how to manipulate the mithril in a way that, really is working. I know they're playing with armor, but I mean, if you want a dagger, she pulls it's a box, opens it up, velvet lined inside, 4 daggers in there of varying sizes. One's almost a stiletto type. A little more narrow and far more pointed on the end. She said the stiletto run you about 250 gold, and the mithril daggers are going to run you about 450 gold.
Volcar just looks at the stiletto and is like, yeah, that's kind of an expensive toothpick.
That's fair. I mean, it is kind of a specialized weapon, and no offense, but you don't exactly look like the dexterous type.
Yeah. Not really.
I assume the stiletto is good, like for maybe keeping hidden on your person, or does it have any special properties?
I mean, it's really designed to be, enclosed, to be hidden. It's good. It goes down a boot. It's more of a, I hate using the phrase thief tool, but yeah, it's much more of a dexterous kind of weapon. It's pretty. I don't know.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Kind of a noble self-defense, fancy that type thing.
We get a few of the traders, the more wealthy traders next door who look for that kind of thing. So, I don't have any problem making a buck off those assholes. So
right.
We you're not a Goliath.
No. No. Nor am I related to Goliaths.
Well, we've heard that there's a Goliath here who's really good at forging, and our blacksmith friend here was thinking maybe they could have a little chat about armor forging, because see if we can pick up some tricks from them. Isn't that right, Jorenn?
No, yep, that's right. That's exactly what I was trying to do. She kind of eyes all of you. He's in the back. You want me to go get him, don't you?
Well, it would be nice.
Pretty please.
Yeah, if he's not in the middle of a piece, hold on a second. If he and Bull aren't fighting, hold on a second. Let me go check. She hops
I'm sorry,
down.
he has a bull.
Interpret that how you will, because you don't know who this person is, or if it is.
Yeah,
exactly.
She runs off. You guys hear a little bit of clatter from outside where the shade grass merchants are. And then a younger female halfling comes in and looks around, looks at all of you. Right. She was here a second ago, wasn't she?
Yep.
Berna, the dwarf? Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah. Berna! It starts yelling, Berna, get your ass out here! Hold on a second, I'm coming!
She's fetching someone for us, so...
Well, they start yelling back and forth, and then Berna comes out, and through the door, having to duck, is a massive mountain of a man. Dark gray skin, white markings across his cheeks and down his chin and over his shoulders.
See, that's a Goliath.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're even taller than Araxis.
He's huge. He's about 8'4".
Yeah.
I just look up like, whoa.
Hi.
About
I
his
didn't even see his
ankle.
face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Hazel's like at his calf, and Alicia's like around the ankle bone. Like it's like he's huge. It's ridiculous how big this guy is. And he comes in.
Is he bigger than like the one from the Barnacle Bards?
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
Stone.
he's bigger than Stone. Yeah.
Holy
He's
shit.
Oh, boy.
humongous. He has to walk like sideways a little bit through the door. He has a blacksmith apron on, big heavy leather boots, heavy leather gloves all the way up to the elbow. Big old smile on his face though. And Berna is like, dude, him, yeah, and runs over to this halfling who was yelling for her. What the hell is going on? No, you need to come over here because they're trying to go in the back entrance, and they run off outside. And this man comes up, and this mountain. It's really what it is in flesh form. And looks down at all of you, way down for some of you,
Yeah.
and says, I'm betting you're the blacksmith. And points at Jorenn. Orrin's like, yeah, blacksmith. I'm Zidane.
yeah, blacksmith.
What can I help you with?
I guess we'll let them have their little discussion
Okay.
about blacksmithing.
Wait,
Off camera,
Orrin's not
they
here.
have their discussion about
And
blacksmithing.
then we
Alright, so good.
and then we approach the other subject.
Okay, that's why I was trying to figure out the order. Alright.
Maybe
Yeah.
we
There's
could also like ask if they can show us the forge or something, so we can go to an area that is a bit more secluded and not like literally the entrance hall of the mining guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's come out this way, and I will show you where we can sit.
Yay!
And lead you through the back entrance of the building, and outside you do see another dwarf at the forge, sweating profusely, also in similar blacksmithing gear. Looks a lot like an older version of the dwarf who ran into the Green Man pub earlier that morning.
Mm-hmm.
And this Goliath pulls over a chair. It looks more like a throne, because it would have to be big enough for him, and motions to the chairs all around. It's kind of on a patio area off to the side. There's a few plants. And how can I assist?
Well, just first off, just out of curiosity, how much would a half plate of Mitchell run me?
In gold or trade?
Let's say in gold, just to get a figure.
For half plate, it would be 1,185 gold pieces.
Right. And you do take trades.
We do. Particularly if you have materials we can work with at the forge.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if
We'll
you
get
have,
back to that.
fair enough. If you have pre-made, if you have ingots already, that reduces the cost. Because I don't have to then pull it out of the mine.
Yeah.
think we sold all our myth.
I look at Olwen and I say we're gonna have a talk about that later.
Yeah,
But
later.
onto the other thing. Yeah.
I just want to, while we're having the important conversation, just like keep an ear out, like just to make sure no one is like sneaking up on us or listening in on us.
I mean, there is the other dwarf there. He's at the forge. He's curiously looking at all of you, but Zidane doesn't seem to be bothered by his
Yeah,
presence.
but I mean, it's pretty much all of them who are not happy with things, so I think the other dwarf is fine. Probably.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Just gonna be like, there's not a whole lot of way to approach subject, so let me be straight.
You see steam come off of it.
Yeah.
And the dwarf comes over, spins a chair around like Riker style, sits down. Yeah, we got a problem. And I'll take it to mean that you do too.
Oh, yes, and we also might have solutions.
They exchange a look. Zidane kind of sits back in his chair. You hear it creak under his weight a little bit. There's a little protest there. I sought a quiet life in a small village, and I thought I would find it here. I believe Arhana is nothing but a foul influence and needs to be eradicated.
Yeah, from what I heard, she used to be nice, but now she's this crazy bitch, so that's pretty much my thought, too.
Pretty much.
If you are willing to lend assistance, I think you would find friends here at the guild.
That's what we've been told by other friends. Seems like there's buckets of unhappy people all over town.
Yeah.
Most of the town itself is not happy.
Yeah. But not everyone is willing to do something about it, which is pretty normal.
The dwarf who's with him nods and says, yeah, most of them have families, myself included, but my son's old enough to make his own choices, and he's willing to fight for our way of life and for our home. And
yeah,
if you all, what? Let me get something straight here, though. And he's leaning on the chair at this point, leaning on the back of the chair. There's a bunch of strangers just come into town, save us from our woes. What the fuck do you want in repayment?
Well, I got my own reason. That's just what I do personally.
We saw a village being burned on our way here, and we'd kind of like to prevent the same thing happening here.
Yeah.
We also got our own stakes in these things. Know that crazy woman is after some dangerous thing that we'd like to get out of dangerous hands. So fixing your problem fixes other problems that we're kind of set on fixing anyway.
Yeah, this Ohana person, it sounds like she's planning things, or whoever she works for is planning things that could endanger even more people than just here in the village.
Whole bunch of birds with one stone, you know?
My only thing is, who's to say that bird you kill, or the birds you kill, with whatever stone you're planning on using, and it's that you guys aren't the next problem.
That's fair.
I mean, we're leaving.
I don't know you from shit.
We're leaving, and we're planning on leaving the town in someone else's care.
What do you think? What do you think of the Day Watch commander?
I think he's got good intentions, but he doesn't know how to go through with it. And if good intentions were all we needed, well, none of this shit would have happened to begin with.
That's also fair.
I don't think if you've got a mind to put him in a leadership seat, he's not the one.
Who do you think should be in the leadership seat?
I mean, what I think is he could, he and his few loyal people could, be proper guards for this town, but, not the mayor or anything.
Yeah,
that's going to be for the citizens to decide, right?
Was the Shade Watch always in command? Didn't you have some other local government, like a mayor?
I mean, shit. A decade or so ago, we had a town council, but...
Yeah, that's good, that's good.
Maybe you could re-establish one.
Me and Berna are all that's left of that.
Well, you can start from there. Look, the thing is, you don't know us, I get that. You don't know, we might fix things, we might cause other problems, but right now, we're saying that our goals align. After that, we'll see. Because frankly, I can't give you anything that would prove that we're the good guys. It's just our word, you take it or don't. That's your call.
I'm gonna need you to make a persuasion check on that one.
Yeah.
Roll that dice.
Well, that's literally all I can do.
Do we actually know?
Either that or intimidating him into trusting us, but that's not a good idea.
Alright, look. As long as you work for the Pansophical, I'm pretty sure they're recognized everywhere.
Yeah, but would they help with that?
Yay!
I did good.
Hey!
That's
Alright.
23.
23. He's
Holy shit.
he's giving you real good look over. All right. Looks at Zidane. We got nothing else going for us. It's either this or we all leave, like we talked about.
Actually, it's a bit more than that because jack of all trade, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah. Fine. We have a base we have been using to stockpile weapons
That's good.
and provisions for those in the town who would take up arms. There was talk, this is Zidane, there was talk a few months back of mutiny, and then someone spoke where they shouldn't have, and that is why we're in this situation now. Arhana trying to win over the townspeople by cleaning up the village to prevent mutiny.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
If you are interested in attending our meeting tonight, it
Sure.
is here. And he pulls out a map and points to this location right here.
That would be great.
It's an abandoned home. We have a handful of other villagers who are helping us try to plan a takeover.
What if we brought someone, one of the good people from the daytime watch? Would you be opposed to that, or would that be alright?
With them, there's a lot more of you, if nothing else.
Yeah, they don't have to become the leader if the village doesn't want to, but for now they could be a useful ally.
We're talking about 20 armed and trained people here.
I don't have an objection. You may have trouble getting that by Berna.
We'll talk with her.
That would be recommended. And Bull just starts laughing the other door. He's like, Berna's gonna put your fucking head on a pike there, buddy. She's gonna fucking hate that shit. He's like choking, spitting, laughing so hard. And so Jan just grins and he goes, I'd like to see her try.
At the end of the day, do you want 20 more soldiers or not?
Keep the fighting for the enemy, right?
Oh, interesting. Neuraxis. There. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. there's like, wait, it's not there. Never mind. There's a moment as you're looking at Sedan, and you feel your axe on your back, and it's kind of warm.
It's warming up to him.
Yeah, literally. It just feels like it. Just kind of feels like it sat out in the sun too long. Got a little warm, and then it passes.
That's not what it does when there's evil.
Yeah.
I don't think. Wait, where's my...
So by the way, you guys are miners, right? You know about the tunnels below town?
Shit, yeah, those have been there for like 100 years.
You had some kind of map of them or something?
No,
We've been thinking about using them. Maybe a guide you could provide her?
It could be very useful to the rebellion.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah,
right.
That's
what we're putting on there.
That's not... It'd be
you,
useful to us in any case.
I know there are tunnels. Never been down there myself, quite honestly.
Well, maybe we'll just see tonight if someone has, right?
Yeah, I mean, old Kuttner might know. You guys bumped into him. He was the old bastard running out the door.
Oh, yeah. You look friendly.
He's,
He looked old.
That's, he's a real fucking old piece of shit is what he is. But he's been in this town longer than anybody. Doesn't talk much, unless it's to curse your name. But he's been coming to the meetings. And when he does talk, it's usually he's got something real important to say. So don't waste words. Might be worth asking him.
You should have a chat with him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of, he dug the tunnels. He was one of the ones who dug them. So.
Oh, that's perfect.
If anybody knows, it'd be him. Most of the other folks either long left or they're dead. So, you might want to check with him.
Like, close my hand around the haft of the axe behind my back and like look at him again, like insight. Like, is he? What it just? Like, it's normally the gems glow, but I can't see that on my back. So I'm like,
not glowing. It just feels warm. It's not the same kind of, not the same kind of signal you got before.
Maybe it's like seeing another worthy person.
Yeah, because he's like a blacksmith in it.
Sedan will tell you also that the meeting starts at 8. You will have to find your way to that house. It is his. It's an abandoned home that he bought. It was the only land available when he came into the village, and he purchased the land and what was left of the home, and he's been trying to fix it up, so people just assume it's, in disrepair and don't really bother it.
Yeah.
So when they were looking for a place to hold the meetings, that they figured was the best spot in, under cover.
And it's really on the edge of town too,
It's really on the edge of town. It's near the docks. There's a little fishing dock right here.
Yeah.
That some of the little boats go in and out of. But he says that the meeting starts at 8. But if you have questions or want to talk to him or the other members of the guild, to come a few minutes early.
Yeah.
When does the curfew start?
When the sun sets.
Yeah, so.
Which is before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to have to find a way to get there. How you go about that, I don't know.
We'll just pretend we're going fishing.
You could do that. You could do that. What? What? That's not accurate. What the members of the mining guild is, they close up shop beforehand and decide to, we're gonna go home before curfew starts, and then slowly all make their way there.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure we'll get there before.
Yeah. Just don't, and Bull will tell you, don't come in together. Don't be obvious about it, and make sure no one's following you.
Yeah.
So, Zidane gets up and says, I need to see to my forging. Is that all?
That's pretty much all, I think.
What?
There is something I need you to take a look at.
Oh.
Yes?
And like very careful, like with one hand and the other hand in the air, like obviously not going to swing it, like lifts the axe off the like sling on his back, and, like very carefully brings it around in front of him. It's like,
Okay. That's cocked. Better. Doesn't touch it. And it looks like a toy in his hands. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how big this guy is. And looks curiously at the pommel and then back at you. Bring that tonight. You may
I bring
have
it everywhere. It's
given me an idea. It's a curiosity more than anything else.
yeah, it does some pretty curious things.
No, not the axe. Something else. Bring it tonight.
Well, he's always bringing it anyway.
He really loves that axe.
Yeah.
And if you guys have nothing else, they're gonna go back to the forge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Gonna want to go have a chat with Berna now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. So we need to like convince her that someone from the Day Watch could attend the meeting tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone
she
small and
is
inconspicuous.
Non-threatening.
Non-threatening. Yeah, she is in the shop part of the building again, and actually selling one of the daggers you guys had looked at to a very nicely dressed, kind of portly human man, and she's basically giving him the spiel when he's, oh yeah, this looks great, and I would just love to have this on the road with me, and blah blah blah. And they finish their transaction. He walks off happy. He puts his dagger like in his pocket, like he doesn't know what to do with it.
Wow.
But you saw the money exchange. He clearly paid full price for it, so money's not an option, not a problem, but clearly common sense is. So
good for him, because he's gonna have to buy a new jacket after that.
She starts to say something and is like, nope, you know what? Nope. And funnels the gold off into a secure place. It's just like, nope, let him do it.
Yep.
She's leaning on the counter. So, see, you found the Goliath that I am not.
Yep.
Yeah, big guy. Nice guy. Big guy.
Yeah, very nice.
Yes.
Big guy. So giving any thought to these daggers again, or?
I mean, I'm not a dagger person like you, so you should noticed.
Think I have enough.
I'm good.
Okay.
We
well.
had a
However,
action of a different nature in mind.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
Could we, like,
Yeah, she kind of gives you the hairy eyeball on that one. Just like, what? Huh?
Looking around if there's anyone else in the room.
There are two other people near a glass case that looks like it has more daggers and a sword in it.
Right.
They're low conversation, pointing to a couple things, but
yeah. Don't want to take you. I lower my voice and I lean in. I'm like, don't want to take you away from your business, but this is something we should talk about in private.
Yeah. Let me. All right. Sure. I've dealt with weirder things. Whatever.
Sure.
Just and points you over to the more formal side of this big room. Just have a seat over there. It's lunchtime for us anyway, so I'll get rid of these guys once they're done. And
All right.
how's that sound? All right. So a few minutes pass. You guys kind of watch her. She's very good salesperson. She's very good at what she does. And they walk away with a sword and a dagger. And the woman who's with him is like, I just don't know if I can afford it. And he's like, no, we're going to need it on the road because of the caravans. And so they have this long conversation.
Yeah.
She's made a lot of gold in the last few minutes. And Berna sees them off. Thanks so much. Bye. Shuts the door. Locks it. Now, what is so important?
On lunch break.
Yeah, on lunch. Be back in an hour. Yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Sits down with you guys. Pulls a pipe out. Lights it. Talk.
Sounds like we're gonna be seeing each other tonight.
Yes.
So Bull and Zidane found some armored outsiders to take up the cause, huh?
Well, more like we found y'all.
Yeah. You can use whatever verbiage you want there.
Sure.
But ultimately, we're the ones who live here.
Indeed.
Well,
and hopefully we can live a little better after all this goes down. But
It's the goal.
yeah, we have some other allies that could help with this. And I was thinking maybe bringing a friend to that meeting.
Depends on the friend.
One of the daytime shade people, one of the loyal ones, who want actually what's best for the town.
The Daywatch commander is on board with your opinion.
Yeah, he actually sent us to you.
Well, to the big guy.
Sort of.
He and I have had our fair share of roundabout conversations.
Just figure, like, you know, one of his loyal people could be useful to have around at that little talk.
I'd rather have him there.
Yeah, but I figure it would be a little more subtle to have someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about it, sure, but...
They tend to keep an eye on someone in his position.
He's probably being watched. There's already a bunch of higher-ups who don't like him a lot, so...
No, he's definitely being watched, yeah. That's a long-going issue.
Yeah, and having someone else.
This person you want to bring, this friend. No armor, no weapons.
Of course. I mean, we already supposed to meet him, you know, out of uniform, so shouldn't be a problem.
Who is it?
Well,
girl named Marin.
Which of his friends is free?
Yeah, I know Marin.
Yeah.
She's nice enough. Didn't take her for the revolutionary type, but...
I don't know if she's revolutionary, but I know she's loyal to the day dude, so...
Yeah, she is. Alright. Anything goes amiss, I got an arrow trained on her forehead.
That's for sure. Wouldn't have it any other way. Gotta be careful in this type of business.
Yeah, because one inkling outside of where we're meeting and we're all done. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's getting out of this place alive. That includes all of you.
Sounds fair.
We don't intend on wasting any time once the wheels are in motion.
Yeah.
Right.
That just happens really nicely that you have a meeting tonight, because we were gonna start doing things tomorrow, so...
Yeah, we try to meet a couple times a month. It's been ongoing for a while because we can't draw attention to ourselves.
There might also be someone else, but that will depend whether or not we talk to her first.
Yeah,
Another outsider.
friend.
Had a lot of outsiders crashing our party here. I'm not sure what to make of all this.
Yeah, I know. And, like I told your pals in the Forge, you don't know us, understand that, but
But it sounds like you don't have many options.
Yeah,
And some
things are gonna have to change.
good.
Yeah, we're good at changing things.
Making me put a lot on Faith here.
I know.
I mean,
All right.
But what you're trying to accomplish isn't gonna be easy, and it's gonna take Faith. So
No, we all kind of resigned ourselves to the fact that if this goes badly, before y'all ever showed up, that if this goes badly, I mean, we know we're gonna die. We know that.
yeah. So now all that's changed is you have potentially more chances.
25 more if you count us and them. Yeah.
All right.
Approximately.
I'm gonna. Yeah, that's fine. Just remember the rules. Make sure you show up a little early.
Yeah, one at a time or two.
One or two at a time. You get caught if a patrol so much as looks at you the wrong way. Find another path. Wait. Don't draw suspicion, because
Right.
this could go bad real fast. All right. Yeah.
We got an Jorenn.
Yay, Dwarf Jesus!
So
Sweet poor Messiah, he's alive.
Hey!
Yay!
Yay!
She nods and says, all right, get out of here. I'll see you later. I don't like this one bit, but yeah. Shit. Gets up, kind of huffs around a little bit.
Bye-bye.
Alright. So, you guys can leave. You immediately, as soon as you guys go out the door, you start to hear her, "Bull, get your ass in here! What'd you want me into?"
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Excellent.
And they're feeling they're old friends, and she's used to his bullshit.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's about mid-afternoon. What do you guys want to do?
How many hours do we have until sunset?
About 4.
Okay. So we wanted to talk to the dude at the Sapphire Tankard about you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I suggest we bypass the whole armory thing for now. Because I mean, I don't think we're gonna need it. I mean, those people, they have weapons. I don't know what we could get from that, except risks if we go there ahead of time.
Yeah, we should wait for tomorrow what the Daywatch dude says about the armory and not.
Yeah.
Because
We do need to talk to the Sapphire place guy though.
Yes.
And then we should head towards the meeting.
Yeah.
Place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we pretend to leave town and then we head back a circle around to get to the meeting place.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Why won't it let me move it?
We
Is there
are
a river
going
in front of his house?
drop
or-
by our tavern first though, right?
Okay. You can definitely do that. So you guys need to head back to the Green Man pub first, or you're heading...
Yeah, we're gonna need
Okay.
to do that before we leave because we need to talk to Mirren.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, hide your family. Keep your head down.
So you guys go back to the Green Man pub, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Corful had told you that she would be there tomorrow morning.
Yeah, she's not coming tonight.
Yeah.
Today. She's like coming tomorrow.
Who is coming tomorrow?
Marin.
Oh, it
So
wasn't
if we-
tonight. Okay.
No,
No.
he said
No,
to give him a
that's the
day.
thing, I was-
He's
Right,
gotta
right.
he's gotta get things together.
Okay.
He's got to put words in the right people's ears, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's even better. That means we can drop by the day commander's place before we pretend to leave town for board quest.
For the job, yeah. Actually, that works.
Yeah, we could be like, we want to go there and like do the jobs one last time before we leave.
Hey, we've got our stuff. We're leaving. Have our gold ready.
So we go first to the Sapphire Tankard now,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Baywatch and then out of town.
So it's mid-afternoon. Sun is bright. You guys head into the Sapphire Tankard. There's a few folks in here. And you do see Iraq behind the counter, wiping down the bar, giving a guy a couple glasses of ale, and he sees all of you and nods. It's, hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? Ever-present black gloves all the way up to his elbows. Claps his hands together and says, so, I actually just got a new batch of spiced rum in. Was looking to crack it open.
Yes, I'll have one.
Oh, you've been quiet this whole time.
Sorry, been thinking about a lot of things. It's just, I think I need some alcohol.
Yep, you do.
That's fair enough.
All right. He says, all right, I like it.
Do.
And how many glasses? How many we want a round? What are we looking at?
Let's get around.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure. Let's get around.
Get around. All right. So he pulls out. There's a small cask.
We like to get around.
on a shelf behind him, and he opens the tap, and out comes this dark, kind of brownish red alcohol. Puts it in 5 small glasses. Hands it all to you, and he says, "On the house. I want to see how good it is. That way, if you die, no, joking. Ha ha. It's a little bartender joke there. It's not poison. Just want to make sure that it's good for my patrons because some of them are particular."
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, between 2 dwarves and a green dragonborn, the chances of any of us dying from poison are pretty low anyway.
Yeah.
I'm also resistant.
Yeah, you
So
too.
it's just-
I
So
keep
it's
forgetting.
just the wizard? Aw. You guys drink
I'm
it.
gonna
It
drink
is
slow.
very good, but it is very strong.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Alicia probably
great.
takes a few sips and then sets it down and doesn't touch it anymore.
There's a little burn all the way down. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Ha.
So, don't have a lot in the way of food yet because we're kind of in between the lunch and the dinner hours, but got a few things. What else can I get you?
Are we alone?
Yeah, how
You
many
are
people
very much not alone.
Okay.
There are about a dozen other people in here.
Right.
How do we do this?
So, hey,
Yeah, we need
I
some.
got a
like-
bit of a favor to ask.
Sure,
Can I
yeah.
see your cellar? Your wine cellar or whatever?
You, like a brewer?
Well, more of a connoisseur of fine drinks. And strong drinks.
Oh, that's a, weird request. Why? That's strange.
Well, kind of want to see what we could get from the road that's real good.
Yeah, we're gonna be leaving town soon because we're gonna like take care of a job
Yeah.
outside in the Bramblewoods.
Yeah,
So, like,
Corful
we-
said you would be the person to talk to.
I rolled a natural 20! Stop it!
Wow.
Snort, laughed, and rolled, and that was it. That was done. Oh my god. Looks at all of you.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I mean, yeah, I did need some help pulling those casks up.
Yeah, Wolfgang
Oh.
is really strong. Like, He would be great at helping you.
I was gonna put that on the job board, but you guys, wow, word travels fast. I could really use some help with these casks.
It only seems fair. You just gave us a free drink.
Yeah. Let's repay you by helping out with the cask.
Come on down.
We are very strong, all of us.
I do want some of your bottles to go, though. Let me insist on that. I want them for real.
But like we do, though. Like, for real.
Okay. And he motions. There's a couple of people who work for him. I'll be back. I gotta move those casks around. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, we just got that shipment. And you sure you don't want me to do it for you, Iraq? He said, no. These are friends of mine. They're gonna come help me. Okay, good, we're gonna go do this now. And walks you guys real quick and real awkwardly into the back room.
It was perfect. No one suspects a thing.
Nothing funny at all here whatsoever.
Nope. We are masters.
It's really bad.
We are masters of deception.
And you guys go through the little kitchen, and there's a fire going in the hearth, and you smell stew over the fire, and it takes you through another back room into the dry larder, and then to a final door that leads to a set of stairs that go down. And he says, so it's just down here. What the fuck are you guys trying to do? Are you trying to get me killed?
Look, we're new it.
Not yet. Soon, but not yet.
Well...
Actually, do you actually need help? Because I can totally help.
I do need help, but this is...
Okay.
Ever since you guys came into town, that's nothing but
issues. I know. There's going to be more, but then it's going to be all fixed. Look, we just need to be sure like we can get access to those tunnels.
Yeah. It might be as soon as tomorrow.
We talked to a whole lot of people.
They're back here. Come on. Leads you down into a very dark hallway. Lights a torch on the wall, grabs the torch, walks you down.
We're not going there right now, but we want to be sure that we can.
You're not gonna be able to find it without me pointing it out to you.
Righto.
And pulls you down. It's a dirt hallway, dirt walls, dirt floor. Deeper and deeper, you start to hit a decline, down a ramp, and then he comes to a steel door and opens it. And this is what you see.
Wow.
Well, that makes what they said make a lot more sense.
You guys enter from here. And in here, you see tables just full of jars and beakers, little candles lit underneath some of them. You smell something kind of foul off one of them, and it's bubbling and making a weird burping noise. This one over here is just glowing a little bit. It's kind of weird. There's a whole rig down here. Furnace, the whole deal. Exhaust pipes, all of this. And he points to the far wall where there is a kind of moth-eaten tapestry. And he says, it's through there. You'd have to pry the boards off. And hopefully it's not collapsed. I was never supposed to go back there, but that's the entrance.
All right, thank you very much.
That's cool.
Sure.
Now, about those bottles.
Does it look like he's making potions?
He's making something.
No, he's making drugs. He's badly burned, remember?
He's definitely making something. I mean, yeah, I dabble. It's what my mom did. So there's all kinds of bottles just freaking everywhere.
Good. Since I'm proficient in alchemy, I try to right now.
I'm sorry, I lost your audio.
Oh, sorry. Well, I have proficiency with alchemist tools, so I was wondering if I could see if I can figure out what he's working on.
Sure. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Okay.
See if you can recognize some of this stuff.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
You do see some something that looks like a reduction of some kind of venom.
Okay.
You do see what also seems to be a concoction of some kind of healing draught. You're not sure what it might be, but it has that same consistency, smell, and color to it as a healing potion. But it's in like a huge quantity. And then in this beaker over here, on this far table closest to the wall where the tapestry is a bottle of a glowing purple-blue liquid. Very small amount. And it is not on a burner. It's just sitting there. It's got a stopper in the top of it. You do not recognize that one.
I just point to it and turn to him and say, "What's this one do?"
That's, well, I don't know. I don't know what it does. It's the one thing that I drank it and it made me pass out.
Oh.
Is it like really, really, really strong alcohol?
No, it's a reduction from shade grass and shadowweed.
Yeah, we were supposed to ask him about seeing the other side.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Oh,
Uh, maybe? I don't know. I don't exactly know what it is. I was just... Shade grass and shadowweed have the same properties because they're from the same plant, but based on how you brew them, and he goes into this long thing that you guys might want to stop him at some point about it. Basically, that shadowweed, the reason that it makes it a drug is because it's brewed in a particular way, and he's been messing with that concoction, trying to reduce its effects that make you sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Trying to extract the good.
Seeing the other
Yes.
side of shadowweed, yeah.
Yeah, trying to extract the good and maybe, lessen the bad or even get rid of it completely.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, I drank it and I saw weird things for like a half a second and then I passed out and then Getta found me and she got mad at me and...
That was pretty reckless, to be honest.
Yeah,
Who else
but,
tried?
it's yeah, I think it could be...
Yeah.
Shadowweed's dangerous. And I was trying to find a way... It's addictive, too. And I was trying to help people... If they want to try it and not get addicted... I don't know. I was just trying to be helpful.
who told us that we should talk to him about this? The other... Was it Miss Ray or was it...
Just on the road, maybe? Wait.
No, wasn't it the kid outside? The person outside? The road?
Oh, the weird little purple guy.
You guys have a few messages from a couple of people about this stuff, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I mean, he's it's like, I mean, it's... That's the newest batch. I haven't tried it. I think it's successful.
Speaking of messages, while he's talking about all these plant stuff that I don't understand anything about, I'm going to be writing a message from one of my scrolls of messaging.
Okay.
Just basically letting Fiona know what's going on here.
Okay.
Updating.
All right. That sounds good. I like it. He's kind of looking at all of you like, I mean...
Can we have a little bottle of it?
Oh. On one condition.
Okay.
It doesn't leave here.
Oh.
If you're going to drink it, we have to take it at the same time. And your friends have to make sure that you don't die.
Could I
Sure.
maybe drink it?
Can that wait?
If you want, yeah, I don't have any objection. It'll be here, but I mean, if you're really going to be using the tunnels, I'm going to have to. Well, let's just say if you're going to be using the tunnel soon, none of this stuff's going to be here. I'm going to pack it all up. I was thinking about packing it away anyways, because it is dangerous, so...
Oh.
So you're saying
maybe do it.
if we want to drink it, we have to drink it now?
If you want, yeah. This is the last of it. I'm not going to... Getta's really mad at me, and we're all we have left. You know, just each other. So I'm trying to do right by her and, you know, be around. So on 3, he kind of pours it out into a little, like the tiniest sip.
God.
Let's do it!
Who's drinking it?
Who's drinking it?
Not me.
I
How
kind of
about
want to.
Elijah and
I drink alcohol, not
I can drink
drug
it.
potions.
Screw
Me
it,
too.
I will,
Let's both do it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm in.
all
How
right.
about if we like pass out for too long, you guys go to the meeting and leave us here or something.
Yeah.
In an opium den?
We don't.
That's-
We can't miss
That's
that
exactly
meeting.
what I want to avoid.
No, it's gonna be fine.
Look, we were told by the weird dude outside the tent that we should do it. So like, let's just do it. Come
Yeah.
on, Elijah. Let's
Oh,
go.
God. All right,
I'm
all right.
resistant to poison. We've got Owen on standby. It'll be
Who is
Yeah.
drinking it?
Yeah.
Who is drinking this?
The little
Alicia
ones.
Okay.
and Hazel.
The little ones
And
and,
the
the
right.
Dragonborn. Lordy,
Yeah.
Lordy,
Oh god.
Are, are all 3 of us doing it?
The small and Dragonborn
Oh.
pieces of the party. Okay.
The dwarves are just looking at each other and
Yeah.
face
Oh, boy.
palming, I imagine.
Just shaking my head.
Oh
like,
boy.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
So he pours
I'm
out
so glad
4
we have a
glasses. It is glowing like weird blue purple. And he raises his glass and he says, "Well, to your health," and throws it
Cheers.
back.
Oh shit.
All right. The 3 of you who are drinking it, it tastes weirdly like grape. It's kind of a weird grape fermented taste to it. You see him pull a face for a second, go a little green around the edges for a minute because he's like, oh. And then everybody's vision starts to get a little funny. I need all 3 of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Of course.
And I will make one for him.
Is it poison?
Not good.
Does it count as poison for
It is
those who
not.
resist?
Natural 20.
Oh,
I don't know if that's good or bad in this case, but
Okay.
I will use Dark One's own luck because this
Lord
seems like it
almighty.
might be important.
Oh, God.
So,
Okay.
9.
Oh,
So-
shit.
it's actually 13.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Holy shit. Okay. Hazel,
yeah.
you do not throw up. Your stomach turns a little bit. You don't throw up. And your vision goes a little funny. I'm going to get back to you in a second. Oren
Okay.
and Volkar, you watch Iraq, Alicia, and Araxis drop to the floor.
Wow.
And none of them are breathing.
We forgot
no.
to ask how long it lasted last
Alicia
time.
and Araxis,
Oh,
you are
boy.
at 0 HP.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And I need you both to make a death save.
I just shake do something.
Oh,
uh,
18, so I pass.
Okay.
Oh, 11. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to give the dwarf Jesus a moment here.
Yeah.
fuck me.
We're so happy to have you back.
Yeah.
Save us, dwarf Jesus.
Can I make a medicine check to see if they're like okay, or if they just passed out from
Oh,
it being like?
they are very much dead.
So I can tell that though. I don't have
Oh
to.
yeah,
like,
no, you don't. No, there's
Okay.
no signs of life.
I mean, they're not dead.
Very well
They're
just
not
aware.
dead,
right?
but they're at 0 HP.
All right, I'm gonna cure wounds then,
Okay.
and then spare the dying the other guy.
Okay. He rolled a nat 20 on his death save, so he's actually
Oh,
okay.
so he's
Cool.
fine. Oh,
He's
of course he
breathing
did.
again. Yeah, he's like, what? So you don't have to waste that cantrip, but it's a cantrip still. But so oh my god. All right, so get your HPs back. You guys open
5
your
and 6.
eyes, but
I will take
you
the
are
5.
not seeing the
No,
other
I'm not.
side.
I will
Hazel
take 6.
is seeing some weird shit right now. Hazel is effectively tripping balls at this point.
It was LSD.
Yeah, it was. Don't do drugs, kids at home.
Oh my god. I'm
Stay
so
in school.
delighted. I was like, no one's gonna drink this. And you guys were like, oh, me and me. Hold on. Jesus.
We were told specifically that he was the person.
I wanted
know.
to drink it too.
Oh, did you really?
Maybe there's still
No.
something there.
Okay, I
Not
was like,
really.
shit. Oh, God. Okay. Hazel, I need you to make a wisdom save for me as your vision starts to go. And then it snaps back, and things are real weird.
Oh, nice. That's a 21 for the
Okay.
wisdom save.
Okay, yep, that more than does it. You blink a couple of seconds, your eyes start watering, so you kind of have to wipe tears out of your eyes, and you're like, oh god. And you look at your party members, there's some weird shit happening right now. Volkar, the scroll he was writing on, now to you, now just so the rest of y'all know, this is not reality, this is what she's saying. To you, it looks like that scroll has wrapped itself around his head. And he's clawing at it and can't get it off. And it starts to glow with this bright white light.
Volkar, are you okay?
When you
Yeah.
when you look at Jorenn, he meth labs in D&D, yep. When you look at Jorenn, his entire being, he looks like Jorenn, but his entire being is a light and red flame. Like he's
So
just
hot.
standing in red
Oh
flame.
my
God.
Oh my goodness! Is that a thing orange be on fire?
What?
Is that an Allhammer thing?
I
Oh
don't know.
Jesus!
I'm too busy tending to the other two. I don't even. I'm just like, what? Okay, whatever.
When you...
At least that one's breathing. Just.
God. Oh yeah, she's standing upright. She just, her eyes are huge right now. When you look at
Like when I
Alicia,
do too much sugar.
There must be catnip in that.
Alicia's robes, the end of her robes have turned into waves, like ocean waves, and they keep
Wow.
crashing over her over and over again. But she's just standing there like it's not even bothering her.
Am I standing? Aren't I on the ground?
No, you're standing.
Oh.
You're standing now.
Oh, that's
Lauren.
what
Yeah, it's
badass.
like trippy.
Okay.
And when you look at Neuraxis, his pact on his arm is gone. And it's slowly being replaced with dull red armor. And then
I
you
feel
hear...
like I should make notes of that.
It's alright, it's in the recording. And then
Yeah.
when you... And I have it too, should something happen in the recording. When you hear...
Hello?
It's just Volkar again.
No, I don't laugh like that. It's creepy in a different way.
And suddenly on the horizon, rushing at you is a temple that is growing in size, moving at you with alarming speed.
A temple?
And the shadow of a dragon rises over the temple.
Holy shit.
Hazel's
Holy
being
shit.
touched by a building.
And it swoops down at you, breathing black ichor and fire. And then you guys watch Hazel kind of stumble, and she hits the bookcase behind her, and she sinks to the ground, and she's breathing real hard.
Hey, hey, hey! You in there? Hey!
Ah! Dragon! If I'm conscious again, like grab my bow and I like notch it and aim it at the ceiling or something.
Ah, whoa!
Get down, everyone! Oh! Oh.
You have no idea what's going on around you in reality. I'm gonna have you make an attack roll.
Holy shit.
Okay!
Yep.
Can I just grab her?
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to just grab her.
Is this within
Keep her-
5 feet of me?
Keep her in place so she doesn't
yes.
hurt anyone or herself.
I might try and use my shield to
It's
make her
fine.
disadvantage.
Okay.
If I could see it, unless I'm still occupied.
You're
with those two.
occupied. You do see it, and Volkar, sorry, bleh, is going to
Yeah.
get there faster.
Okay, then I'll just
So
yeah.
if you're trying to grab her, let's go ahead and make a grapple attempt.
Okay. I need to make an attack roll too,
So
or
no, go ahead and make a strength check,
okay.
and
She's
Hazel
freaking
make a
Angela,
strength check for me.
Boom!
Whoa! 23.
Oh, that's a 24.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Yes!
I have a 19 and I have a. Oh wait, sorry, strength check. No wait. I'm sorry, I looked at the saving throw. That's just a 20. That's just a
Okay.
20, sorry.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh
Oh,
shit!
jeez.
All
I feel
right.
like it'd be better for a 24, a
That
methed
would've
out
been-
tiger.
That would have been funny, but
You
still,
guys-
it's like,
So,
whoa.
Volkar, as you get your hands on her and she's dragon and pulling her crossbow out, you do see her. She transforms,
Okay.
and you're now wrestling this tiger. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
need you to make that bloodlust save.
Oh
You are tripping balls, my dude.
This was a great idea.
Yeah, this was a really, really great idea.
I made it to 21, so like,
Jesus, okay.
so the
Alright.
DC normally is 10 or half my
Yeah.
damage.
So the crossbow goes clattering to the ground. You have your arms wrapped around this very furry, very, very soft, but very furry,
Yeah.
growling white tiger. And she's like, trying to break away from you.
And I'm
Hazel,
like,
it's
calm
gonna...
the fuck down.
Just
Yay, D&D drugs! Hazel's gonna take you a while to kind of come down off of that, and you keep hearing.
Who's laughing? What's so funny?
Come visit me in the mountain. Come visit me in the mountain.
Holy shit.
Which mountain?
Come visit me in the mountain. And then it's
Alright, I
gone.
think I know which mountain.
oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no.
She finally calms down. It takes a little while. Iraq is back up on his feet, but he's like, oh god, a tiger! What? What is going on?
Oh, hey, breathe. Breathe. Breathe.
Hello.
Is
So,
there a tiger? Was there a tiger? What's happening?
The
That's
pro tip
Hazel.
for today's game is gonna be like, don't do drugs. Am I right?
Yeah,
I think don't
Yeah,
do
sure,
untrusted
sure.
bespoke basement drugs. That's
Yeah.
what I wrote.
Don't do bespoke basement drugs.
I'm so delighted.
What's
Stay in
happening?
school,
Wow.
kids.
Stay in school.
So, he does have a little bit of this liquid left. He's like, I don't want it. It made a tiger. It made a tiger. Who made a tiger?
No.
Sure.
Why did you?
Yes.
Who made a
Side
tiger?
effect. It turns people into tigers sometimes.
I actually have something for you guys.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh no.
As far as you guys say that like it's a bad thing.
It turns out it's a magic item now. That's.
Actually, yes,
Oh no.
What?
Wow.
it is. Hold on just a second. Let me get loaded in here. Yep. There you go. Potion of Burgeoning Shadows.
No.
It's in the handout section. So that's essentially what it does. There, it does require save and then another save, depending on if you don't drop to 0. Fail the con save, you drop to 0. So he will give you the last little bit of it. He's got 1 dose left, and he's like, I'm destroying it. I'm destroying how it's made. I don't even want this. Is so dangerous. It made a tiger.
No, it didn't
No, it
make
did.
a tiger,
It definitely.
but it
did.
almost killed people. So yeah.
Yeah.
What state am I in right now?
You are still a tiger, and you're kind of coming down.
I'm
Yeah.
still holding her.
Yeah, you're still holding on to her. She's starting to relax. You feel the cat muscles slowly start to unbunch. And then she weirdly starts purring.
I was gonna say that. I
Yeah. She starts purring when she realizes she's safe.
Ugh.
I changed from bear hug to regular hug at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
Ah,
It's
Ah.
okay. Calm down. Calm
And then
down.
she goes for the throat.
Yeah.
time for the Dracula.
Tears his face off.
Lures you in with the cuteness and then death.
And that's how Volkar dies. Oh lordy, it was amazing. Oh, it was so good. And
Guys, that was crazy.
What did you see?
Well, Ulrich was on fire, Volker was being strangled, Elijah was like under the sea, Naraxis like got a red armor thingy, there was a temple and a dragon, and a voice laughed at me and said, "We'll meet again at the mountain."
Wow.
So we need to go to the mountain then. And
Yeah.
Iraq is
Orin was
bustling
on
around
fire.
at this point. He's like trying to move books and stuff around. He's totally ignoring you guys.
Wait, Volkan was drowned. I'm sorry. What?
I was drowning. Volker was strangled.
Yeah, Elijah was like being swept by sea waves, which is really cool, by the way. And Ulrich was on fire, and Volker was being like strangled by a piece of paper. And you, Naraxis, your curse, your like markings on your arm were being replaced by a piece of red armor.
It's just like
Wait. Oh, I mean, things were happening with your arm. I mean, it was crazy. I was on drugs, so like.
So, what have we learned today? Don't drink strange potions that you don't know what they do.
But how are you gonna know what they do if you don't drink them?
Yeah.
You
What about
you
Give them to
don't.
someone else.
You just don't. What?
what was that?
Did you two see anything, Elijah? No?
They dropped dead.
Are you okay?
I think I need some rest before
Saw
tomorrow.
the inside of my eyelids.
I saw my life flash before my eyes.
Nope.
Not really.
Hazel, as you're looking around and you guys are having this conversation, you look to the wall where the boarded up tunnel is, and you see a tunnel.
Alright, that's the tunnel. Oh, did you guys clear the tunnel? It's right there. Jump.
You guys see a tapestry.
There's a tapestry.
It looks like the entrance to the tunnel to me.
Afterwards?
Kind of leans over and is like, I think she's still
Oh
seeing
my gosh,
things.
I can see through tapestry, you guys.
Side effect. It looks very much like a hole. It looks like a dark tunnel.
Yeah, it looks like a dark tunnel going down to me.
Alicia will go over to the tapestry and see if there's anything behind it.
I mean, that's where the entrance is, but yeah, you pull
Yeah,
it
like
aside.
you said
Yeah.
before.
There's boards, heavy, thick wood boards, nailed in place.
Yeah.
And Hazel, when you look, it's a tunnel.
I don't see any tapestry anymore.
So she doesn't see the boards.
Nope.
Is what you're saying.
Nope.
Okay.
It's just dirt and darkness.
Huh.
And your dark vision, normally you're pretty good in the dark, but, oh no, you don't have it. You don't have it in your
I
cat
don't
form
have dark
either, do you?
vision,
That's
no.
right. I was thinking you did in your cat form, I don't know why. But you can actually see down the tunnel some. A little bit.
Wow.
And you hear for lack of a better term, it sounds like a rattling. Like when someone's chest rattles when they breathe, when they're sick. It sounds like there's a rattling noise from deep within the tunnel.
Wow.
I also hear a rattling noise from that down there. We like make a note of that. Unless I'm imagining things because I'm still high.
I mean, you probably are,
A little bit.
but it could also be an effect of, like, potion.
Never know.
Maybe it lets you perceive things that.
Maybe if we go back
Again.
through the town, I should keep a lookout if I can see like other things. Maybe.
Sure.
Let's do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iraq is
Man, that was
more
crazy.
than happy to let you guys get out of there because he's like, okay, leave, bye now. Oh God, what have I done?
And I'm like, do you still want me to help move those things?
Nope.
I mean, for at least for appearances.
Nope. Just take this, and he hands you 5 gold. You did the job. Good job, buddy. Now get on out of here.
Okay.
Yo.
I'm gonna take my 5 gold.
And you guys can. He's still down in the lab. He's like, oh my
Okay with
God,
that.
what have I done? What have I done? And you guys can walk back up.
Weird while I was out. I also changed back, by the way, before we
Okay.
got
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys head back out. You head out of the tankard. The sun is about a half an hour from setting.
Yeah. Okay. So we need to get back to the watch place.
Yeah, quickly pick up someone
And then pretend we leave town.
Oh, so I guess they're allowed to walk around at night, right? If they're so like need one.
but they watch, so it would look weird if they like out at night, right?
Yeah.
Less weird than us.
Still suspicious.
So where are you guys headed?
Daywatch Commander place.
Okay.
And since the day watch is right by the marketplace, could I just like down the well while they're there? I just want to just a quick, because I want to see if I can see anything with the weird effect going on.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys head out, and Hazel, as you are walking out, I mean, it looks like the town. A few things are a little weird. Some of the plants are a little too bright for your eyes. You're like, oh God, okay. That's like drug hangover weirdness. And then as you look, you do see the shadow of a dragon come up over Gat's shadow and swoop around one of the summits. And then land near the top and spread its wings and let this horrific roar out.
I like just quickly whisper to Elijah, "There's not a dragon at that, right?"
Elijah, you don't see one.
No.
Okay, just checking.
I think the town would be a little bit more scared if they saw a dragon flying over the mountain. Just saying. Consider what happened last year.
But what if it's invisible? Wait, no, ignore that. It looks like realize.
Oh dear.
You wanted to go look at the well before you?
Yeah, I'll just like pretend like I'll just get some water or something, and I just want to like look down and see if I can see anything.
You can see all the way down to the bottom of the well. And when you look, you see water, right? Down, 100 feet. Then you see an underground pool. And you see a tunnel. It's almost as if you can see through the ground in a way that regular sight would not allow you.
That is so cool.
And then you see bones.
Oh.
And bones.
In the tunnel?
In the tunnel. Just piles of bones.
Yeah, those tunnels might be a bit dangerous. I like tell everyone that there is a tunnel in the well, and there are bones.
Maybe that's the tunnel from the tavern.
Maybe it probably definitely connects to the underground tunnel network. And the bones might indicate that maybe something, and the rattling might indicate that there's something a bit dangerous in the tunnels.
Great.
So we should watch out for that.
The last thing that you see, I'll just switch it back to the pub here, as you look around town, is off in the distance you see a building with a strange kind of a bluish white light coming from the windows. And it's like the walls drop off the building. I mean, you know you're still slightly tripping because this is all like weird shit. And the walls are then gone. And a blonde woman, dark blonde hair, kind of form-fitting black and red leathers, is sitting holding on to a, I'm going to say in common vernacular, a basketball-sized glowing crystal. You can't hear what she's saying, but she's talking to it.
It's the crazy lady.
And it pulses once and twice, and then the light inside of it dims, and she sets it down, throws a cloth over it, and stands up and leaves the room. And then the walls snap back into place.
I definitely make a note of that building and by what I saw to everyone else.
Okay.
So that's useful information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sun slowly starts to set.
Fuck.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you're right outside the building.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, we quickly need to grab someone and then
Okay.
or sneak to the building.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to sneak in there, but yeah. In the day watch place.
Yeah, no, I'm at the building at the meeting.
Oh yeah,
suppose-
yeah.
If they're like finishing their shift, they might be in clothes, or at least own.
If you guys go in,
Be like, yo,
Strega is there, Marin is not.
Oh. Well, is there anyone else in there?
No, doesn't seem to be anybody. Not in the main hall. I don't
Okay.
know whether Corfill's there or not, but...
Well, I'm just gonna approach Shreya in that case
Okay.
and be like, "Hey, where's your friend?"
Oh, she was running over to the Green Man. Millie makes her food, and she likes to take it back to her house sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. You might, if you want to catch her, she's probably over there.
All right. Good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Just, hurry up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of running out of time here.
Yeah, we
You
are.
guys are officially, like,
We're not supposed to be
So-
out
Run.
anymore.
what do you want to do?
yeah.
Are we?
Run towards the meeting.
I have a dangerous suggestion. Who is this?
Who's what?
Person?
Which one?
Who is the sneakiest?
I am.
Definitely not me.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not
Not
me
me.
either.
I have a +5 to stealth.
Yeah.
You then.
+2.
I am
Mine
actually
has-
gonna ask Shreya where Mirren.
Where she lives?
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, there's a set of apartments that a lot of us live in," and she points. She says, "It's just a couple streets back, directly behind where we're at." She
Okay.
just looks back there. Second floor, third door on the left.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So should be easier to catch her on the way back, probably.
We should
What
probably
was
just
your
head to the
suggestion?
meeting.
Yeah, what was your suggestion, Oraxis?
Whoever is real sneaky goes and picks up a Daywatch person while the rest of us make the big obvious
Ah.
like, oh, we're leaving town and we're sneaking back.
That's
Yeah,
a smart
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I can try do that.
Okay. So, split the party?
That's the
I guess.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a
Split the party.
dangerous.
Alright.
But we did say we did say we would bring Mirren, so I'm thinking ideally we get her,
Okay.
I see.
knowing where she would be and where she's coming back to. That would allow Hazel to probably do that.
Okay. Catch her on the way back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, okay. I can do that.
All right, so the 4 of you, are you going to the house together? How are you doing this?
Well, I guess the rest of us were leaving town and we're circling around
Okay.
to get to the
Let me
place.
pull the map
Like,
back up here.
like
Leave
maybe in
town together.
pairs or whatever, one by one.
Okay. Yep. It all depends on how you want to do it. So right now, and the building she was talking about is back here, where the apartments are.
Yeah. Right now, where are
the
we?
headquarters? You are right here.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna want to leave town that away more or less,
Yeah.
do that.
and then circle around and get back here, making sure no one's following and everything.
Okay. So.
Well, I go to the like the Greenman pub. I think was here, and like I go and pick her up.
Yep, it's not too far back there. It's a couple streets over.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I'll
you could
try
pick
to
up
like
on
not
the
be
way.
seen.
Okay. Let's resolve the main party first. So
Okay.
you guys start to head west. There's still enough daylight, like curfew has not kicked in. Where do you want to start? Like how do you want to do this? Who is someone watching your backs? Are you guys keeping an eye out? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean,
think
probably someone with the best eyesight is gonna keep an eye on our back, I guess.
Okay.
And I mean, we need to be there for like 8 or
About
maybe
there.
a bit earlier than that. So
Yeah.
it's like what right now, like 5 or something?
About 7.
7, yeah.
Oh, already? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Right, because we're in summer-ish. Okay. Well, we
Yeah.
want to time it so we can circle around and get back here a little bit ahead of time.
It's not going to be that far of a walk. It's just more if anyone makes note of what you're doing,
Yeah.
and if you can not
So,
arouse suspicion.
Who has the best eyesight here? It's not me.
Neuraxis, I think.
Probably me, yeah.
Okay.
15
Not-
and then 120 feet of vision from demon eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
okay.
you trying to be stealthy or not?
We're not trying to be stealthy as we leave town, but we're
Okay.
gonna be stealthy as we circle back.
Okay.
I think we're just trying to like make sure people know that we're leaving,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
but not
bye!
make that, but not make that much of a
Sure.
like ruckus that people notice that we're missing a person.
Okay. All right.
So we're not trying to
Yeah,
draw
yeah.
attention to ourselves, but just be like,
Okay.
No, we just like
Yeah.
we just leave like
Okay.
normal people do,
Yes.
and
So you
then
guys-
we get back.
Just leave it.
Okay, and then you double back. So you
Yeah.
guys start to head west. Neuraxis, as you guys are walking through town, the square, is obviously dying down. There are fewer and fewer people. Go ahead and make a perception check as you guys start to trek along the paths here through town. Nice.
Damn,
Nice.
Yay!
we're getting some good rolls.
All right.
Aside from the saves.
You pass. The villagers aren't really paying you any mind. You pass 3 Shade Watch patrols. 2 of them, absolutely. They're already talking about like, oh god, I'm so hungry. I know, man. I need like a bath or something. They're preoccupied. 1 patrol made up of a dwarf and 2 humans does make note of you as you go by, and it's more curiosity tinged with, just wondering what's going on. The human man, probably in his 40s with kind of a shaved head, says, hey, make sure if you're heading back, get indoors soon.
Yeah, we're not. No worries.
Yeah, you've been noted. So as you guys head back this way past the pub, you're not too far off from this bank of trees on the outside of town at this point.
Cool. Yeah, we can
then-
definitely use those trees.
Okay, so you want to get to the trees, and then once you manage to get into the trees, okay.
Maybe not into, but like
Okay.
around. I don't know.
I mean, there are ways. It's not so dense that you can't get through it, but it depends on how you want to go. You do know it's not far to get here.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
basically, I guess we want to make enough of a enough of a track so we look like we're leaving.
Okay.
Until we have to start heading back to be on time.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you guys look like you're headed out of town, just not the way that most people come in and out. But it's not unusual to see. There are some farmlands off in the distance to the west. It's not unusual to see people go in and out that way.
Yeah.
So you guys head out that way, and the sun gets lower and lower. And
then we start
sets.
heading towards like the river.
Okay.
But then we head back.
Okay.
We all have dark vision, right? So we at least have that going for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys can see the moon is about half full right now as it slowly starts to come out as the purple and reds and yellows of the sunset die down. And time passes and you know you're getting closer to the meeting time and you can start to head back.
All right.
Okay. You do hear the baying of a wolf.
Yeah.
This direction. But so far you've gone unnoticed.
Okay.
As they're doing that, Hazel, where are you waiting for Marin?
Well, I was thinking if the cityscape offered itself up to it, maybe I would try taking to the roof, climbing up and maybe waiting on a lower roof, overlooking this street between the pub and the place where she lives.
There are a
and
few
from there,
more
definitely
squat buildings.
Yeah, trying to get up there and unseen and watching for her.
Okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me just to make sure you can get up on the roof and not fall and draw attention to yourself.
Oh, nice. That's 24.
Yep, not a problem. Parkour! Up the roof! And you're just kind of perched there waiting.
She's cartwheeling her way up.
Yeah, I'm Assassin's Creeding this.
There is a villager who sees you, kind of looks, shrugs, and walks into the Green Man pub. Doesn't seem too interested in you. And you wait, and you do see a familiar brunette-haired woman leaving the pub and heading this direction to the building that was noted.
Does, I would maybe follow her a bit and wait until she's in a place where it looks like there aren't people around her, maybe when she's going through a side alley or something.
Okay.
If that offers itself up. And then I would drop to the ground and be don't worry, it's just me, it's okay.
Okay. You wait, you follow along, you have to jump across a couple of rooftops. The gaps aren't too big though, you can manage it. And then she starts to turn the corner towards what looks like a side door into this building. Nobody seems to be around.
Yeah. I'll drop down.
Okay. Jeez.
Don't worry, it's just me.
What the
Hello.
Heart attack by halfling. Good God. What?
Look, I don't have much time to explain, but I would like to take you to some place a bit outside of town. There is there are talks happening, and I think it would be in the best interest of the Daywatch commander if someone of his people were present.
I need you to make a persuasion check.
Yeah, that's the downside of that plan.
She's super not sure about this.
That's a 13.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Unless I've got orders, sorry, you're on your own.
Oh, God.
She's got her hands full of, it looks like a bag of food. I really just want to go eat my dinner.
It's it could be really important.
Yeah, but you're not Corful, and honestly, he just mentioned you guys were by, and I don't have any orders, so I think you're out of luck.
Shit, I'm not good at this. Try to flirt.
You tried, right?
I'm not good at that either.
It's okay, you tried.
Yeah.
Alright, just maybe let the Daywatch commander know that we made contact with the people he suggested, and that things might start to get moving soon.
Right. She looks around. I guess I'll see you all in the morning.
All right. It would have been a really fun trip, though. Jane.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat dinner now.
All right.
And just slips unlocks the door and slips inside. You are now alone in the street.
I feel like that could have gone better. I need to work on my social skills.
Maybe I don't know.
Volka will give me a lesson sometime. All right. Should probably move. And I try to sneak out of the city the way the others did. I feel like I failed this mission.
I mean,
but I don't know what I could have done. I don't have any mind control.
Sometimes
no, I mean
that
that was pretty much it. You
That was
know?
the risk, yeah.
But
if
you're gonna sneak, you might as well sneak directly to the place.
Yeah, I'll try to stealth it.
Make a stealth check.
Okay. Okay, that was a 4, but I'm going to use my inspiration point.
Hey!
Yay.
Please. That is a 4 again!
What?
I mean, wait, I have a second blessing from the dude. Can I blow both on one?
Sure!
Do it!
Oh god.
Alright, I'm just going to show this to the camera. It's a 4 again.
Oh my god!
3 4s in a row.
You are officially
that brings
Travis!
Wow.
It is Croc's dice, so
That's why.
I mean, it's a 9 in total.
Okay.
Myself.
Yeah.
Oh, Hazel.
You're totally not sneaky. By the way, Alicia, did you roll for your divination thing? I don't think you can use it now since you're not seeing her.
Here's the thing. I need to see the person.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't see Hazel.
That's what I was thinking.
And I have
I blew all of my reviews and I still failed. And I
Alright.
didn't even get the person.
3
So
4s
you
in a row. Jesus.
start
And I'm probably
you-
gonna get captured and murdered.
You use the shadows as best you can. You are passing a few villagers who are clearly like, oh shit, we're out, so you're not the only one that's kind of trying to get somewhere. But you do see patrols, and you get about here. Stop! What are you doing out at night?
I'm sorry. I just my mom sent me to get some more stuff from market, but I kind of lost the money and I was looking for it, so I didn't get into trouble. I'm sorry.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna go home straight away.
I am not familiar with you. This is a drow woman.
You could have just said you were leaving town.
And
Oh yeah, I could have done that too.
This is much better. Please continue.
she has 2 other people with her.
This is great.
Another kind of lithe figure, looks like another drow, and then you see a dwarven man. You do not look familiar to me. You are a young child. Why are you out on your own?
I was just on my way home, please.
Deception check! Deception check!
Okay.
Why did you even
Minus 1.
try that?
It's another 4 that makes it a 3. I even used a different die.
Oh my god.
Oh no, this is horrible.
Is that 4 4s in a row now?
Yep.
Yes.
It is.
That's incredible.
The one, the dwarf with them just kind of shrugs and is like, "It's a kid, just let her go. It's not a big deal." The other drow that is with this woman says, "Indeed, let her go," and stabs them both.
Ah, there we go.
What? Oh!
It's our duo, of course.
You!
And they drop silently, and you see poison coming out of the wounds.
Ooh,
And she
Wow, that
says,
was really cool.
that drow.
"You leave quickly." I will clean this up, but you are officially on limited time.
Thank you. Goodbye. That was really cool.
Just say tomorrow. Say tomorrow to her.
Oh, right. We're preparing stuff, maybe getting ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a thing.
I'll take care of it. Get out of here.
Okay. Bye.
And you manage to make your way to...
I curse. When I'm off town, I silently curse myself because I made myself look dumb in front of the person I want to impress.
Aww. You
God
make your
damn it.
way, and
That couldn't have got any worse.
the rest of the party, you don't see them, but you do see Berna outside, and she motions you in, and the door slams. This house is pretty ramshackle. It's definitely seen better days. It looks like it should have a hazard sign on it. It's like half falling apart. It doesn't look good. And she leads all of you down into the basement section of the home, where you see Zidane and everyone else from the mining guild, including the halfling woman who was yelling at Berna earlier. Her name is Javette. And
are we all there now?
you're all there now, eventually.
Okay.
You guys were getting a little worried about Hazel there for a second. And Zidane says, to you, Naraxis, he says, you brought your axe, correct?
Always.
Good.
And I'm like, yeah, but we didn't bring our friend, I guess. She couldn't make it. And look at Hazel.
Yeah, that went kind of bad. Sorry.
Are you alright, Hazel?
How bad?
I will be.
Aw.
I'm really bad at talking to people, guys. I lived in the woods for too long.
Zidane kind of pulls you aside, Naraxis, as they're talking, and he says, I had a suspicion about you and this. And he points to a stone on the wall. And it's... You can't even hardly see it, but he wipes the dust off the wall, and there is a strange little signal, like a little sign almost stamped into the stone, and it's the outline of a flame with a straight line through it. It says, you are a soldier, yes?
I mean, yes.
I have seen similar sigils and banners and those shields, those types of things stamped on various masonry through the world. I was wondering if you perhaps recognize this.
Should I?
Go ahead and make a history check for me. Okay. Nope.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Not a 4.
you've seen, shield bearers and all kinds of things laden with different symbols. Flames could mean anything. You don't know.
Yeah.
But as you near that symbol, your head starts to ring. And your body kind of locks up, and you hear her voice in the back of your mind, and you haven't heard her in a while. You are mine now. And you feel a burning in your arm, and that script that's there starts to churn with energy, and you guys watch Naraxis turn around, and his eyes are bleeding.
Holy shit.
That's not good.
That wasn't me.
And he reaches out and pushes the sign on the wall. I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Including
Not
me?
good. Yep.
Okay.
Not good.
Boom!
Is it a 4?
Oh! Good lord, y'all.
I got a 1. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Oh God.
4!
Oh, 4. What is with the 4s?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't a natural 4.
Um.
It was a 2.
I know. Nope. Oh my God, Alicia was the only one who made that.
Well,
Shame.
you're
So-
telling me a
Immediate
1
party.
didn't make it?
Oh no, I can't
About-
imagine how.
About those divination rolls.
Too late.
Too late.
Yeah.
Hazel, Oren, Naraxis, Volkar, you take each 26 points of fire damage.
God damn.
Whoa!
The rest is down, as far as I know.
Yep.
Oh, that's 26.
Alicia, you take 13.
I am also down.
How are you on?
What is happening?
'Cause
How did this turn around so quickly?
How are you down?
I had 6 hit points, okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause she
right,
went down
yeah.
with the drugs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because both of them went
Yep.
down.
Because of the whole stupid potion thing.
Because, hey, let's do drugs in this
Yeah.
sketchy-ass meth lab, guys. It'd
It
be great.
sounded like a good idea.
It was a good idea in a moment, okay?
As this
Drugs
explosion just
It really wasn't.
rocks this basement, and you see two of the members of the guild on fire, and they're trying to pat themselves out. Zidane is trying to
Wow.
pull people up out of the rubble.
The hell was that?
And behind where the fireball came from is oh my God!
Subtle. Super
Is a
subtle.
doorway.
We went there instead of an explosion.
Oh lordy.
And literally a fireball.
So a couple of you guys are down. Oh lord. I'm gonna assume that Ulrin's gonna try to help.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as best as I can.
Okay.
How many are down?
Me and
No Rexes and the
Yeah,
rest.
yeah.
Alicia,
Just
yeah.
2?
Just
Yeah.
2.
yeah,
Yeah.
the same two.
God.
I gotta do another Cure Wounds on YouTube. Jeez.
We haven't had a chance to rest.
Oh, what is happening?
These little villages, man. You had no idea they were that fucked up, did you? Alright, so he's gonna get you guys up, and in the interest of time, what you all see once you're back up on your feet is a hole. It's a small room with a pit that leads down into darkness that none of you can see down.
Ooh.
Oh, wait.
What exactly exploded? Like, the floor just exploded?
The glyph.
12 and
thing.
10.
What just happened?
I'll take the 10. Naraxis.
Sure.
12.
Okay.
And Naraxis, you begin to hear drums.
Oh boy.
Drums in the deeps.
Jesus.
And that's where we're gonna stop.
That's worse than my drug.
Damn.
Oh.
Alright.
This is going super well.
We did so well. We talked to people. We made plans and everything.
I mean, it started out really good, but then you guys started
Shit
doing
real
drugs. And
fast.
And a bomb went off.
Don't do drugs, kids.
All right, you guys.
it
Holy
literally
moly.
started going wrong with the drug.
Yes.
That's true,
point
yeah,
that
it
out.
has
This
been
was gonna be a
downhill.
portent.
Don't do
That was
drugs.
it. Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Well, that is. Oh man, we'll have a game here in a couple of weeks, but that is the most recent adventures. The STDs as they get blown up by a fireball, do some drugs, try to plan a rebellion, and do really bad at the last parts of it. Which was going so well before. So we'll catch you guys next time, and until then, make sure the path is yours, and we'll see you guys later.